Hello, 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 everyone. Jalab is about to connect, I think. Welcome in, welcome in. So we're here for the fourth episode of the Alicia's podcast for Alicia's Unleashed, and today we are receiving kind of a legend in the simulation world. Specifically, he's kind of an architect,
Where?
urbanist,
Who
and
is he?
all of
Where?
that. So we're receiving Imperial Jedi today. How are you doing, Jedi?
Mwah. I'm doing well. How are you doing?
Doing good, doing good. It's an early morning for you. So you're based in a
Kind of, not really, kind of.
yeah. I mean, when I saw like 9 a.m. for you when I sent a message just earlier, I
No,
was
that's
like,
not too bad. That's not too bad.
and you've done worse. You've done worse.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so we've done like with Sweden for like the release stuff of City Skylines, like 9 a.m. their time. And so I will like pull an overnight, stay up. It'll be like 1 or 2 in the morning. We'll go live, but I'm like, what am I doing? Like, what are we doing? You know?
Well, I remember when you were streaming from I think 5 a.m., 6 a.m. for you, or maybe even before.
Yeah, I don't know. That was a weird time, eh? That was fun though.
Yeah, I mean,
I kind of want to go back to that schedule.
we had quite a lot of time to chat at the when you were doing that because we kind of had a matched time zone in a sense. Where now it's a bit more tricky for sure.
Because yeah, that's the thing, right? Because like if you're in the west coast of Canada, like for me to wake up at 6 a.m., it's 9 a.m. everywhere else in Canada.
Yeah,
And so I've already missed out on like for me to start at 9, like that's halfway through the day. That's crazy.
yeah. I mean, the country is quite wide, so it makes a lot of sense. So yeah. And Jalab, how are you doing? You're muted, I think.
Oh, that's his tradition.
Yes, of course, of course.
we had to do that. Last time we didn't have sound
Yep.
for a while before, so I'm hopeful that everyone
Yeah,
can
I
hear
guess-
us. Right?
I never learned that if the microphone is barred, it means you won't hear me. But yeah, it's only been 4 years of learning that. So
Yeah.
Oh, every day should feel like the first day though, still, right? Like
I think we have the sound, so everything should be coming through now. Okay.
but I still feel like a first time streamer every time I go live. Like it's so funny.
So, and actually, when did you start? Like, you started a while ago, right?
Like streaming in general or
Yeah,
just like
streaming in general.
oh god, like over 10 years ago, if you can imagine.
So, we have a competitor with you, Jalam. Jalam started in 2014.
yeah, 2014. Yeah,
Yeah, I was I think it was October 2013 was when I first went live.
Okay.
okay.
It was like to
What-
tie in with the release of Daisy standalone. So yeah, it was October 2013.
Whoa. What made you decide to start streaming on that?
Oh gosh. Well, I was really like I was watching. It's just a loaded question, eh? Well, one of the fame, one of the fortune. Yeah, right. No, I was just looking for a fun outlet, I guess. Like I was doing some YouTube videos, and they were more like lifestyle and not really gaming related. So I wanted to kind of branch out a bit, and I've been watching like Justin TV forever. And then when I was in
Okay.
college, the guy sitting next to me was watching some Justin TV streams, and it was DayZ, but like on Arma, and we were chatting about that. And then he was like, "Oh, yeah, there's a standalone coming out." So I started getting interested in that. And then to like talk to streamers, I had to finally create an account. So I went from being a lurker to like actually being like a participant.
Yeah, you were one
And I
of the
found a
first ones.
DayZ stream that I really enjoyed, and just started to kind of like try to emulate what that guy was up to.
And when you started like straight away with like a strong schedule, and you were streaming hours and hours. Because
Oh,
I'm asking
no,
that
God,
because
no,
you're streaming
Not even. Oh my goodness.
8
eh?
hours, I think.
No, it was more just to have like a fun creative outlet. So I would just stream in between like, school classes, and I'd stream at night with the people that I would play like DayZ with,
Okay.
so they could see my perspective.
Okay.
This is kind of like before like Discord and all that stuff, right? So you'd have to like I didn't know what you're using. I think you're using like TeamSpeak or something, but you couldn't just like share your video the
TeamSpeak.
same way. So it would be
Yeah.
easy if like 2 or 3 of us were live, so you can kind of like, glance over and just see like, oh yeah, there's the action. There they are.
Yeah, and actually, if it was, if Discord were around at the time and you were about to stream, you would have done that directly on Discord, or you still would have decided to go for.
Yeah, no,
public channel?
I probably would not even have started streaming. Like,
Okay.
because like the first few years of streaming, I could never get past like 5 viewers. It was so emotionally frustrating.
Yeah,
I just assumed that like you would go live and people would just show up, right? I was like, oh, how hard could it be, really?
yeah,
I
not
think
not the
everyone
case.
assumes that when they start.
Oh my god, yeah. And I was like, where is everyone? Like,
Yeah. it's tougher than I mean, you're way past that. Right? Actually, when because I'm guessing you had some sort of a kind of a passing point where you had your community of friends from the game watching your stream, and how did it start?
Yeah, it
that
was
you get
most of
more
them.
people?
Yeah, and so that would be like my first like 2, 3, 4, 5 viewers. But I just never really found any traction with Daisy, and it was a lot of fun. But I wasn't really interactive with chat. I didn't use a camera. My microphone was like a headset microphone, so it was all just very budget, very intro level, like very naive. Yeah, that's a good way to put it.
Yeah.
But no, it was just I wasn't trying to make anything of it other than just having some fun.
Yeah.
So for me, I was able to like accomplish those goals. My friends could see my perspective. I still have those streams. I like downloaded them and I saved them as like YouTube videos. And so I have those like on my YouTube, and it's fun nostalgia.
Yeah, and actually, you have a fairly like your YouTube channel is quite like you're posting a lot of videos around, for example, City Skyline, how to do specific things, etc. You're posting tutorials around the game, right?
Yeah, tutorials usually like because when I started my YouTube channel, it was just like vlogging and lifestyle, and I called myself the TO Vlogs channel for like Toronto, and none of it was gaming. And so I wanted that gaming outlet, but I just couldn't get that on Twitch. So after a couple years of just like trying and not doing too well, I ended up shifting my YouTube channel to be more gaming related. And that was to try to tie in with the SimCity launch.
Okay. So you started on SimCity and then moved to City Skyline.
Correct, yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, SimCity just didn't really get much traction either. The EA people posted one of my videos on their Facebook page, and that was kind of like my first taste at like, wow, you could make views happen kind of thing, you know?
Yeah.
So the first time ever I had a video get to 20,000 views, and that was like the craziest thing ever. Like ever.
So sorry, on what video? This one?
Oh, it was just I just made like a time-lapse video on a SimCity 2013 project.
Okay.
And it was like, set to music, and it was like a quick time lapse of like building the city from like start to finish. And they posted that on their Facebook. And then most of my videos would get maybe 200 views tops. And I thought that was like awesome. But that one got 20,000 views in a few days. And I was so hooked on that point,
I mean, 20,000 views at that time, it was already like huge.
It was huge. It was huge, yeah.
YouTube, yeah. Oh, that's super cool. I didn't know EA was like had posted one of your video. I mostly know what you've been doing, specifically on City Skyline, because I'm I'm a big fan of City Skyline, so I've been watching a lot of videos.
Same, man. I'm so addicted.
So
yeah, City Skylines, it was like the real pivot point. Like I just didn't get enough traction off of either Daisy. SimCity kind of taught me a bit more about like how to do tutorials and like what I could try to do.
Yeah.
But it was just like when City Skylines came out, that was like the TSN turning point.
Yeah.
I was watching people with early access struggle, and I thought like if I do a tutorial and I get out there first, I might have a chance of kind of competing with the big names, get some traction.
Yeah.
And that was just it was a fun, exciting time.
And you did. Like actually you kind of your channel blew up at that time, right?
Yeah, oh yeah. Yeah, I wasn't really streaming much too when that video came out. But I remember I woke up really early. I had class at 9 a.m. And the game, I think, went live at like 7 a.m. my time. And I like woke up, installed it, recorded the video. Maybe took me like 3 or 4 tries. And I was like, all right, this one works. Post it. And I went to class. And by the time my first class was over, I think I had gotten like 2,000 or 3,000 new subscribers just on like YouTube alone. So I was like,
okay.
What the heck?
Yeah,
Not too bad.
And that was the start of it. And then I had so many people in the comment section. They were like, oh, do you know Twitch? Have you heard of that platform? Could you stream on Twitch for us? And I was like, oh, okay.
And you were already
And then my first stream back after like 2 years, I had never crossed, I think, 10 viewers ever in the whole history of my Daisy experience. My very first stream back, I think I averaged like 26 viewers with City Skylines on my like the most broken, like nothing worked, no alerts, like most budget stream ever.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, okay, this is kind of the way to do it,
And so you specialized really into City Skyline at the beginning when you had a break. You said like during 2 years, right? So you started.
Yeah,
with
about that.
Daisy,
Yeah.
You had a small break, and then you came back with City Skyline. And after you focused on City
Yeah.
Skyline for a while, or were you still trying to do variety or thing like this?
No, I kind of feel like I missed the mark by not moving out of Cities 1 when that was popular.
Yeah.
Like, I never really was like a very big streamer, but I could definitely get like 1 to 200 viewers when Cities 1 was brand new. And a lot of people that were at that size that were starting to pivot and play other games, I noticed they started getting like 2, 3, 4, 5, 600 viewers, where I kind of went sideways the whole time.
Okay.
So knowing what I know now, if I could go back, I would probably switch a little bit, but I did like go linear and just kind of like stick in cities.
Yeah.
And spearhead that, but
yeah, but it kind of. I mean, I know you for City Skyline. It's
yeah, and a lot of people do.
Yeah,
so that's not bad.
Something that basically built you around. So, would you say that specifically now that you already have an audience and you kind of you have a position in the streaming on the streaming platform on Twitch? How is it for you now to switch through different games? I know you play some Factorio, for example.
It is a little bit tough because, like, I am just known for cities. When I play cities, people come because, like, oh, he knows what he's doing. If I play another game, it's like, So I'm trying to be a bit better with, like, you know, starting with cities, switching over to something else, holding a bit more of the audience. But it is tough doing variety.
Yeah.
I just don't think that, like, City Skylines 2 in its current state especially just has enough weight to kind of pull me through the storm or whatever.
Yeah.
Or whatever analogy I'm trying to make, you know?
I mean, we chatted a lot on City Skyline 2, and it's a loaded conversation.
Sometimes, that game, eh? Yeah.
And you've been working with them closely as well, so that.
Yeah, I really like them too. So I'm very happy to carry their banner, but I just want to be known for more than just cities these days.
Yeah.
But I'm very proud and happy to work with them. I like the cities people a lot.
Yeah. And so so from City Skyline 1, when did you start to try introducing different games, and what was of the trigger point for you?
It was honestly years in, because when I first started streaming, I was like working, I had school, I had, you know, like relationships, life, all that. So I was only streaming on Sundays, if you can imagine. I would do some casual YouTube videos here and there, but every Sunday that was the stream. And so I just didn't really have a lot of live hours. And so I would usually go like 6 hours, 8 hours. And every once in a blue moon, I would switch games, maybe like Transport Fever. But I was just pretty much streaming cities for like 3-4 years straight before I tried something different.
Actually, did you try the second opus, the Transport Fever 2?
Oh, yeah. You know, that's just the third one, eh? Because it started with Train Fever. Then they did Transport Fever. Then they did Transport Fever 2.
Ah, okay. I mean,
and then
he's laughing.
Weirdly, this is so random, right? My Train Fever videos have views from North Korea. Back when you could see like country to country statistics differently.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so weird, dude. I have a screenshot
done.
of the analytics. It's so weird.
And it's not something that everyone can say. So
no,
congrats.
Absolutely not. No.
Oh yeah,
it definitely puts me on a weird one, eh?
Yeah.
I'm on a list.
I mean, they know you now, so you can't really go and visit. So otherwise,
no, I'd be scared to visit, eh?
You'll have a fan club there waiting for you. Not the kind of fan club that you'd like to have, though. So I'm sure.
Exactly.
Oh yeah, Transport Fever has been one of my addiction as well. Beside
it's such a good game. It's a tough game to stream though, because it's a little bit of a slower burn. So I feel like it does well on YouTube, but
and to me, it's I found it extremely hard, like compared to any other.
Yes, I like that though.
Yeah, I like it, but I'm shit at it. So I never managed to get something properly working. So, but it is very complex and super interesting. So I definitely see how the video on YouTube. I've been watching hours and hours of Transport Fever 2, where I have not watched that many streamers. So I definitely agree with you.
Yeah, it's just not that many streamers playing it. You'll have people that will pivot to it, but it's just a weird directory. There's just no one there ever.
Yeah. Was the case for Flight Simulator as well at the beginning.
Yeah, a lot of those niche like simulation games, like they just do so well on YouTube because you can kind of like go at your own pace. But
yeah,
it's tough on Twitch.
And so it's interesting because you do have both like YouTube channel and Twitch channel, and so you can definitely see both and how it works. Now, do you?
Yeah, I don't utilize them properly the way I stream too hard. I don't leave myself time for YouTube videos, but like. Every single minute of the day, I know in my soul that like doing YouTube content is the way to grow your Twitch stream.
Yep.
But I'm so stubborn that all I do is just continuously stream. So it's such a weird.
The thing is, you do have many contents. So when I'm watching what you do on City Skyline, or the last game you played, not the last one because it was a few weeks ago. You played a different city builder. I can't remember the name. But it was
New Cycle, maybe that
New
one.
Cycle.
Or...
Yeah, I think that was it. The one which seems a bit more dark compared to any other.
Oh yeah, that's New Cycle. That's
Yeah.
New Cycle.
I'm sure.
Yeah, see, that's the kind of variety I want to try to do, eh?
Yeah, I mean, it stays kind of in where you started, and then you start to expand. So it makes quite a lot of sense to do that. So, and on it, you have many short content that you could actually do. So I'm sure that you have clips and stuff like this. Have you tried to actually post them or?
I haven't really. That's the thing. Like the Twitch, it just feels so different. And whenever I try to like make clips or post up to TikTok or make shorts for YouTube, they never really seem to do very well. It's such a weird one. Like the only real success I've had is just casual tutorials for games that I like understand well enough to kind of be smart sounding.
Yep.
Like for me just to do something all willy nilly and just play like a game and give it a shot, I don't get views off that. Eh?
Yeah.
It's a weird one.
It's a Panda is saying that in the chat, but actually, yeah, you would hire an editor, and
yeah, I thought about that too. I was gonna try to pivot from chat as well. Like my whole thing is, I try to make the Twitch content feel very different than YouTube content. I feel like they're consumed differently. You search them differently. They try to like solve different problems. Like with YouTube, you might have someone that will watch 1 hour of your content, but they won't watch like a 1 hour video. They might watch 4 15-minute videos in a row. But if you sit down with someone and you're brand new to the channel and you're like doing like your searches and an hour video comes up, it's intimidating, right?
Yeah.
But then if you're streaming on Twitch and you're only live for 1 hour total, how do people find you?
Yeah.
Like how do you you haven't killed enough time. You haven't scratched that itch yet,
Extremely time consuming. That's for sure.
And so, like, as a result of that, though, because they're so different, like, I don't know how to really take a Twitch stream and make that into a YouTube video that would work for me. So I feel like I still want to keep them as, like, separate entities.
It's something that we've been talking a lot around what you do when you're a streamer and how do you actually grow and create your community. It's that you have to be an animator, entertainer while you're streaming.
Very much so.
You have to be quite organized. You have to know how social media works. You have to be an editor. You have so many different things that basically don't add up at the end. Like there is too much work for one person most of the time.
There is, but yeah, I don't know how to delegate that stuff. And it's like, unless you have like a USB to plug into my head, how do you know what I'm thinking very well,
Yeah, I mean, you can always try it out at first, so it helps, and you can see what you want and what you don't want. So, but yeah, I mean, we've been doing that, and it is draining to do all the editing and making sure that it's working. So it's quite interesting. Yeah, and so when you started, so coming back to before you started really on City Skyline. What you were saying is that you really started on Twitch on more like a casual type of streaming, like you would do on Discord to have your friend around. So numbers...
Yeah, there was no interest in trying to grow the brand. There was no real... I didn't need a lot of viewers. It was just so like my friends could watch. And I could be like, oh, I'm in the woods running this direction. And they'd be like, where? I'm like, oh, look at my stream. You can see where I am.
Yeah.
Like, that was kind of the general thought process.
Okay. And how... Because now I know that's not really the case anymore. Like you're more looking into
this is business. We got to pay bills and all that stuff. That's like scary and real now.
Yeah. So how did the kind of transition going? Was it just you had the 2 years break and then you started to look more into how to grow your channel, or was it like something that went gradually?
No, it's almost by accident. Like the tutorial video just came out of like a spot of goodness. Like I was really into the city builders. I found that everyone that had early access to SimCity 2013, like they just didn't do a really good job at selling. Like, I was so drinking the Kool-Aid hard, and I was so disappointed that no one was making good looking cities when it came to early access, right? And so I wanted to help people on that journey. And it was a little bit selfish too, because then I could try to get some views and maybe some action on the channel. But I was like, just put out a video, see what happens. And I was taking like marketing and business and all that stuff in school. So I had a thought on like how to like tag things and like what would make a successful tutorial. But yeah, it was just kind of just throw it out in the dark and see what happens kind of thing.
Yeah. So I'm just picking one thing in chat from Invisible Genome. saying that for the editing, I think it's about like setting up a template for the video and stuff like this.
Yeah. No, I feel like that is the play. Like I have in my mind my logical side, my emotional side, and the two of them butt heads so much. And my logical side knows I need an editor and knows I need to take time away from Twitch so I can create YouTube content.
Yeah.
And doing that will help me grow at a pace faster than if I stream only on Twitch itself. And then once I get a few baseline videos rolling, you could get an editor to follow that same format. But I'm just so stubborn. Like, I don't know what's wrong with me. It's such a weird,
I mean, it takes time to actually switch that line as well, because you've been mainly doing Twitch specifically for the past year, right?
Oh,
like,
almost, yeah. Yeah, no, I just do not really make YouTube videos anymore. I make like 4 or 5 per year. And then it's just like stream almost all day, every day, as long as I can.
Yeah. I mean, when I look at when you stream, I know from 4 p.m. my time, or no, not 4 p.m. I think it's a bit later that you start usually, but you start streaming, and in the morning when I wake up, you're still streaming.
Yeah, exactly. You can go to bed, I'm live. You can wake up, I'm still live. Exactly.
So yeah, you have long hours.
It's kind of crazy.
I'm a bit curious to know more about how you decided to go full-time as a content creator.
It was almost by accident, because like I was working a lot of odd jobs, and it was a very slow trickle, because I kept putting out more and more tutorial videos on YouTube, and I had one casual Let's Play series where I would just do an episode here and there, and I would sometimes do I would record 5 or 10 episodes in a week, and then I'd take a month or two off. But it was just that very slow trickle. So new subscribers kept coming in. Every single month I was making just a little bit more. And then all of a sudden I just kind of thought, I'm making $1 a day off this. This is what if I double that? Then it's $2 a day. What if I start making $100 a month? And then, And so just the opportunity seemed to present itself. And I don't think I would be able to do it without the YouTube content, which is why I'm kind of going back full circle here. Because streaming on Twitch alone, the momentum fills your sales, but the second you stop that, it's like you're starting from the beginning again. Yeah. And so if you don't have something to kind of carry that momentum when you're not live, grow the brand while you sleep, you're going to be in trouble. And so I think because we had a big base of YouTube already, it made it possible. Yeah. But I don't know. I don't know how to answer that one properly. Just kind of the stars aligned slowly. And we had a lot of success with Cities 1, and then I got early access to Cities 2. I knew about it, and I thought I could try to recreate some of the same conditions that brought me success in Cities 1. And we just kind of went for it. Now here we are, 3 or 4 months later. I've got no other source of income. It's just this now. So.
Okay. Yeah. You still had the job a year ago, right?
Yeah, I was doing some odd jobs for my dad, and that's now everything's officially done, and I'm gonna give this my real deal all. And I've got at least a year in me before we're gonna be and handing our hand out with a thumb for hitchhiking or shaking the cup around for some coins, right?
And so, following up question: how is your stress level right now?
Oh my! I sweat a lot, dude. I'm getting gray hair finally, eh? Yeah, it's a big difference because when it didn't matter, it was a lot easier to produce the content, and now that it does matter, I just get a little bit stressed and self-conscious about it, and that's kind of a bit of a battle I'm having in my head,
Yeah. Have you? It's a kind of unrelated question in a sense, but do you have contact with different streamers that went full time, where you can exchange about that with them?
Oh, totally. Yeah, it's just everyone's journey is different, and what might work for me might not work for you.
Yep.
What works for someone won't work for others, right? And we're all playing different games. We all have a different time schedule. We all have a different thought process. But I think that in itself also makes this such a fun career, because everyone does it differently, and it's your own personal take on it that just kind of adds to what makes this so good.
Yeah, it's I remember a conversation we had. I think November. Not sure if it was, but I think it's November because it was after the release of City Skyline 2, and we were chatting about being able to take some time off, and actually, so that was
that felt impossible at the time, eh?
Yeah, I mean, you were really on a strike. Literally, it was incredible. The numbers
every single day. I did 35 out of 36 days in a row, and it was 8 to 12 hours every single day. It was absolutely crazy. But that was that's how you grow on Twitch, though. That was the moment. There was directory growth. Anytime you went live, you would get viewers. That was the most concurrent viewers I've had in years. that was better performing than Cities 1. So that was the moment.
Yep.
But you can see it's not sustainable. It's not sustainable on a personal level. It's not sustainable from a viewer level. You'll burn your viewers out. The directory eventually loses like momentum. And so you have to have YouTube as like this strong pillar, or like a TikTok or an Instagram. You have to funnel people into Twitch from somewhere else.
Yeah.
Like just going live all day, every single day will just, it'll take you so long to get to the finish line.
Yeah.
When you could shortcut another way, you know?
Yeah. And yeah, go on, you go.
Yeah, and talking about this, bringing viewers into Twitch, what are your thoughts about being able to stream on TikTok while you're streaming on Twitch? Is it something you are doing?
The simulcast, I'd be more inclined to do a simulcast on Twitch and TikTok versus say like Twitch and YouTube, because YouTube does feel a bit more chill. I feel like YouTube's energy can be very high, but YouTube is a bit more of a, let's watch while we're at a second monitor at work. Let's do a little bit more specific search. And so I almost have to change how the Twitch stream feels. And that for me would feel like I'm not going to be doing my best over there. Like I'd rather just like take 1 hour out of the day and try to make some TikTok content versus trying to split. And also too, like if you're trying to pay attention to like multiple chat sources, or if like, audio has to now get changed, like the feel is different. And so I think it will work for some people. I just don't know if it'll work for me though.
Yeah. We've seen a lot of people starting to do that, and it's always interesting because TikTok has not the same interaction that you would have, or the same audience in general.
No. It's a younger audience. It's a bit more like, you've only got like 2 seconds to get your point across. Yep. But YouTube, it's just like you have to draw stuff out a bit more almost. And then Twitch, you really have to draw stuff out. Yeah. Like you want to waste an entire day on Twitch. That's what you want.
Yes.
Yeah. And
also kind of what I don't mean to cut you off again, sorry.
No,
what 402 is kind of saying, like if your channel gets to a point where you don't really need to rely on the chat, it's almost like you're going from like a nice casual sit down comedy club where you can make face-to-face contact, you're aware of your audience. It all of a sudden goes from that to like you're in a stadium and everyone's just yelling.
Yep.
So at some point, like you don't need chat anymore. Chat will be there to entertain themselves. Everyone's just going to like a viewing format. But I think when your channel is still small and you want interaction, you really shouldn't split that interaction between multiple platforms.
Yep. And how was it when you were at the top level with City Skyline 2? You had close to 1,000 viewers at the same time, right?
Oh my god, that was crazy talk. Yeah, it was very, very exhausting in a fun way.
And like how was the chat at the time? Oh,
it was insane. Like 10 times the speed that I was normal. It was just at that threshold where I almost could not pay attention to chat, where I had to start picking and choosing what to respond to. If someone wrote something too long, I just wouldn't be able to answer it.
Yeah.
I was getting to that, like I was breaking through.
Yeah.
And so now we're kind of back down to a bit more of that intimate level, which is nice. But at some point, you want your channel to break through and you want to make it. Yeah. And so you still want to alienate your community and your viewers, though. So it's a weird one.
Yeah. Will there be a box hit? So
that's for the VIPs, eh? Quite ignore.
Tier 3 subs.
Yeah, only tier 3.
But that's so then there. So like from a value perspective, right? If you can like pay more attention to your VIPs and tier 3s, that's how you can maybe like get a little bit more of the coins coming in, right?
Yep. Yeah. And so. From your experience on Twitch, so you've been doing the TwitchCon extra. You've met quite a lot of people from your community, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. How
Yeah, streamers, like developers, like people's. It's very strange. Like I never get recognized out in like the wild, but every once in a while at TwitchCon, someone will be like, "Wait, are you Imperial Jedi?" And I'm like, "I am," and they're like, "Cool, I watch your videos," and it's so like what a concept, you know.
You have chill audience. Cool.
Yeah.
That's perfect.
But no, like TwitchCon itself, it's almost like a vicious cycle because I feel like I stream all day every day so I can make enough money to go to TwitchCon, and then going to TwitchCon fills you with enough energy so you can stream all day every day so that you can go to the next TwitchCon. And I think I've done like 5 or 6 or 7 TwitchCons now.
Already?
I've done like PAX West and everything. And all you're doing is just trying to get high from the energy of a con to bring that back to the stream to like, make your stream better to make enough to like get to the next con.
Yeah. And Rotterdam, will you be there?
Fingers crossed. We're going to try.
That's cool. Okay.
We have to do a streamathon or something. But yeah, I do want to go.
Yeah.
And it's like a lot of your viewers, like in the European side of the world, they just can't make it to America. You know,
Yep.
a lot of game developers, they just can't get there. Small indie developers too.
Yep.
And like the internet's a very big place, but it's also a small place. So I rely on my like networking and like whenever I go to cons, I know everyone somehow. And they'll be like, "Oh, I didn't introduce you to like the Alicia people, you know? That's how I met you guys, right?
Yeah.
I gotta go meet this indie game developer. They got, oh, this guy's here. They do onesies. Go, you know?
Yeah. And then
And so that's a really good way from a streamer to like also network is just kind of go to the cons.
I always remember the how basically we actually started to kind of meet up with Alicia. Was Molly Berry who gave you one of the flyers?
That's right, Molly. I know. Yeah, I was in the partner lounge, and
It's,
she was like, "Oh, Jedi, you like cool stuff?" And I was like, "I do like cool stuff." And she's like, "Here, scan this QR." And I was like, "What is it?" And she was like, "AI chatbot." I'm like, "Oh, I'm sold. Let's go." And then I tried the 3 streams, and I was like, "This is so kooky. My God, is this the future?" You know, I was like, "Is this where we're going?" Here we are now, eh?
that was so random. Like, really, we look at it and we're like,
My God.
what? How did that happen?
And then the difference, eh? Like, I was so like, how many people I pulled to your booth at TwitchCon this last year? You know,
one of the most active. You know, I don't have the name for that. You know what it was because it's full. You speak French, so rabatteur. Do you know what that or no? In English, un rabatteur. No. I don't have the name in English. So it's the person that's going to be in front and bringing people in. I don't know how you call that.
Oh yeah, like you're like brand ambassador, like you're yeah.
You were amazing, like literally stopping groups or running everywhere. Like
I was.
You don't know that? Comment.
The hype man, the mascot.
Exactly.
That's right. That's the word.
That was really cool. And also, you brought us a very
Je
good.
buvais la Kool-Aid, right?
You brought us the maple syrup, which. Oh my God.
That's right. Yes. Oh my. Okay, I joke about that. No one believes me. Yeah, I bring syrup. It's like first come, first serve at the same time, but
you saved me one, so I'm quite happy about it because you brought it, and this is the last one. I saved it for you. I'm like, yes.
I am bringing more. I am literally bringing more. Hold on. Do you know? Okay, the internet, everything is planned. Do you know what I have right next to me right now? Look at the size of this bottle.
Ooh.
This is maple syrup.
Is it?
This is like it's a 5-generation, 200-year recipe from Quebec. This is 1 liter of syrup. You know how much this costs in Canada?
I'm guessing about like between $20 to $80, something like this.
This is $12 at Walmart. Isn't that crazy talk?
That's crazy.
A small bottle in the UK, which is not the best one, is going to cost £8. Like this one, the maple jar.
So
it's £8.
Yeah. So both of these are grade A syrup. This one is obviously better. This is $7. And this is still like really good syrup.
Yep.
We're pretty kooky about syrup in Canada. Who has 2 bottles of syrup just hanging next to their desk, by the way?
I mean, if I could, I would. So
there you go, right?
Yeah, it's just quite hard to get good syrup in London. So
I just assumed everyone had maple trees. Everyone was just doing it. You know, the same way you just brew beer. You know, the Czech way. You know,
they should. It's making me upset.
That's a business opportunity,
so
eh?
much. So
can you imagine that? You just rebrand. You do like the AI chatbot, but you also sell maple syrup at the at the cons.
It's the logo of Alicia. Get Alicia's maple syrup.
yeah, exactly. Instead of Maple Joe's, Maple Alicia. There you go, eh?
Maple Alicia.
Take a swig of syrup. Is that what I'm getting? Am I getting called out in chat? We drinking some syrup? Your cheers, guys.
That's done. He did it.
No, 1 sip left. We're gonna save that. 1 sip left officially. We'll save that for the
in like half an hour. We need the next one.
yeah, exactly. Yeah.
You need actually the shot, like the proper one, like you should.
Oh my God.
I remember.
That's what the big bottle is for, right?
Yeah. I thought it was rum with it. And
everyone does. That's what it's just like a nice whiskey. But yeah. Old-fashioned maple pressed,
whiskey,
5-generation, and it's from Quebec. There you go.
It's the I mean, it's a very personal story, but when I was younger and living in Bordeaux, we had one. So my flatmate was the manager of a bar. So I went there and told me, if you want, you can invent 1 shot, and we will be putting it on the thing. We called it
Okay.
the Canadian, and it was whiskey, maple syrup, and something else. I can't remember what it was. But so whenever I was going there, I was like, oh yeah, now I want 4 Canadian. And so we had the shot with the maple syrup. That was just perfect. So
I love it.
yeah, should have been Canadian.
Yeah, I don't know why you wouldn't be able to, but I haven't really ordered a shot at a bar that same way of maple syrup. But I don't think they would turn you down.
Yeah, no, I mean, you should be able to. It's just, I think they will just look at you a bit, like, in a weird way, but that's how it works. So, yeah, but we actually...
Yeah, we have, Oh, sorry, go ahead.
No, go on.
I was gonna say, we have some weird traditions at the bar out here. We do, like, on the west coast of Canada, we are absolutely crazy about pickles. Like, crazy about pickles. And so we do picklebacks, where you get a shot of Jameson, and then you do a shot of pickle juice afterwards. And that is like...
Okay.
I don't know. I mean, I love it. I don't know. But some people might be like, that's gross.
I mean, I would definitely try it. If it's something normal, I would go there and try it. Never tried it, though. So, I love pickles.
We do pickle pizza, if you can imagine that.
Okay.
Like a dill pickle top pizza, like hot out of the oven. It's so good. Oh my god.
I wouldn't complain. I mean, I love pickles, so I don't know what you think, Jella, but I would eat it, definitely.
I'm curious. I'm trying to imagine, and I'm not sure if I'm picturing properly. So I'd like to.
Oh
try,
no, it's just it's exactly what you think. It literally is. You just have a jar of pickles, you pour out the vinegar, and just a little swig. It's so random. And then I'll put a picture in our I'll send it to you, Yuba, if you want to send it over. Yeah, there's a place where I used to live in Langley, and my old roommates, they were like, they do the kookiest pizza. They have like potato pizza. They have a this place is called the Big Dill. There you go.
I just realized the guess instead of guest. That's my mistake.
Oh, that's all good.
I
sent you a link if you want to send that over, eh?
Yeah.
To Jelly there.
I can send it in chat directly, so everyone can also have
Oh, sure. Yeah, I should have done that, eh?
No worries.
Yeah, Big Dill Pizza from me and Ed's. That was like, we would do that like once a week. And oh my god, so good.
I definitely would try that. I'm 100% in. I love pickles, so that's why.
Yeah, okay, so also on our kooky pickle thing, if you go to like a fair or like we do the Pacific National Exhibition in Vancouver, you can get like gargantuan pickles that they'll put like a skewer through, and you just walk around chomping on that, and that is like, that is the good stuff.
And sorry, it's my Discord that you're hearing. So someone in chat was like, "Is it my Discord?" Or no, it's mine. Sorry, I can't turn it off.
Oh, so... are we getting Discord pings? Oh my! You have to go into streamer mode or set yourself to DND. Like,
it should be in Discord in streamer mode. Oh, sorry, I have the the window on Chrome that I think is most probably. Firing up.
My! Okay, this is so okay. I had a window in Chrome open one time during a stream, and I was losing my mind trying to figure out where the pings were coming from. I was just opening and closing the regular app, and I was like turning on and off stream. I'm like, what the flying monkey's uncle is going on right now, you know?
Yeah.
And I think that was what got me to start using the Discord pings as like a troll sound in my stream stickers and whatnot.
You do have that? Okay, yeah.
Oh yeah, you have to.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, that's part of the thing, right? Because like on Twitch, that's funny. You're on like this monologue, you're being all serious, and then someone does like a Discord ping, and you're like, oh my god, right? And I don't think that that doesn't seem as funny on YouTube. If you're watching that back as like a VOD or something, you're gonna be like,
yeah,
I don't know.
I mean, if it's a VOD, like no one would really kind of care because it's going to be it's a VOD from Twitch.
Just,
but
I don't know how to describe that properly. But I just feel
TikTok, I would be surprised.
It feels different.
On TikTok, I don't.
But even so, like, are TikTok people sitting there like waiting for a Discord ping? No, if you're at your PC, you're gonna look over your second monitor and be like, "Oh, that's not my, you know."
Yeah. It's a different atmosphere. So the jokes that you will have on streaming on Twitch won't work directly on TikTok. And I don't think so. Maybe it's just my opinion. So we should try one day. I just don't know. So yeah. We got
also too, I'm so stubborn. I am very stuck in my ways. So there are so many things that I might say won't work, or that I'm too like scared to try that might have great success, you know? So
Yeah, I mean, you definitely should try out stuff, and if it doesn't work, like whatever, you just change.
That's the attitude I'm trying to adopt. I'm not trying to be so close-minded, you know.
And the thing is, so to come back for the like time off that you get after the City Skyline 2, when you came back, you still had your audience, obviously not as big as when the launch started, but it's still very strong. And that's how it is, because it's not only based on your stream, it's also based on the game and the hype around the game and stuff like this. So actually, you did great even after you took a break. So it means that you can try stuff.
We managed to grow the core. We have like new community members that are in chat right now, and like I'm very proud of what we've done. I'm ready for the next one. I need another growth spurt. I need another like new game that'll get us that same. Yeah. And I just don't know if I can do that on my own on Twitch. So I'm feeling like I need to get back to YouTube. That's kind of what's calling me these days.
Yeah, it has been the main advice from Twitch as well, for streamers, saying that their acquisition in a sense should be on different platforms. So YouTube, Instagram, stuff like this, which it's relying again on you to be able to do that, which is more work in a sense on top of streaming already.
Yeah.
So
and then I just get used to the streaming routine, but like there are people that will stream like only once or twice a week, but because they do such YouTube content, their viewer count will be like 500, 1,000, 2,000, and they don't have to worry about trying to grow on Twitch. Yep. And they might even get some growth on Twitch because they brought so many people over too. Yeah.
And Twitch will push them forward as well. You've been pushed forward or not?
Yeah, no, I've gotten some recommendations. Like once you're like rolling, and I don't know what the actual number is, but getting recommendations outside your category is what you want.
Yeah.
And then if you do well with that, the algorithm will give you more. But it's just you'll get to the finish line, but it'll take you longer if you do it on Twitch. Because you can have like 200, 300, 400 people come into your stream because you're a YouTuber, and then because of that growth, now Twitch will offer you more growth outside your directory.
Yeah.
So that's what I really want to try.
Yeah, and so knowing everything that you learned through, like you beginning on Twitch 10 years ago, what happened with City Skyline 1, City Skyline 2, all the different games that you tried, if you had to start over like tomorrow, what would be your plan? Like, how do you want to do that?
I would do a brand new YouTube channel, and I would just do tutorial videos to start. And I would gather, hopefully, enough rolling momentum that when I did go live, I would be beating the street. And so I'd be getting like 20, 30 viewers, hopefully. And then if I were to start from scratch on Twitch, you're basically the very bottom of the barrel competing with everyone else. Yeah. And what would stand you apart at that point,
So if you would advise anyone, the main thing you would say is don't start on Twitch. Start somewhere else and bring people
or start
to Twitch.
Simultaneously,
Okay.
But like put your effort into offline content.
Okay, that's actually a cool one. First one.
Yeah, ask me. I'm good. I'm in the zone now. Ask me anything you want. Like I strangely have a lot of experience in this. It's so weird, eh?
Yeah, I mean,
and like there's so many people I talk to. Like it's just like 10 years of doing this, you meet everyone. It's so weird.
Yeah, and on if you had to give an advice on more like personal level, and how do you deal with because streaming and even creating content in general has this weird thing where your life is going to be impacted, whatever you do, because it's also personal and there is a lot of things. How do you handle that, and how you would advise anyone who start with it?
Initially, it's only very recently that I'm actually starting to take this seriously, because I would just have the wrong attitude. I was very like careless, and I was very like nervous. So I would do very well. We would do like a streamathon. We'd have an event. We'd have a DLC launch. But then I wouldn't carry through with momentum. I wouldn't create a schedule. I would cancel too many streams. I would cancel a stream to go go to my friend's place to go drink beers or something, right? And then if you want to take it seriously, like your personal life has to be on hold. You have to stick to a schedule. You do the things you say. Like what's the term I'm looking for here? Do what you say what you do. That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
Like be consistent.
Yeah. So putting the hours and efforts in the project, more like do it as work rather than doing at the
It doesn't have to be an all day every day thing, because like when I was finding the balance and getting a little bit of growth and success from Cities 1, I was just streaming very consistently every Sunday. It was Sunday, 2 p.m. Eastern, and we would just go 4 hours, 6 hours. But I was able to get like 140, almost 200 viewers some days, like somewhere in that ballpark, every single Sunday, which is crazy.
Yeah.
And so I was able to like strive for like the balance in school and life and everything. But
Yeah. So
yeah, for me to get that like to the next level, though, it's like stuff has to go on hold.
no Saturday party then.
No. Well, I mean, if you want to, sure, but schedule a later start on Sunday, right? But,
Yeah. That was one of my problem with the saxophone playing on a Sunday.
oh my god, dude, I'm so bad with that.
So, is that something that you consider as well? Like maybe doing more music streams or stuff like this at some point?
Yeah, it's a confidence thing. I wish I was a little bit more like able to play properly. I just get I get in my head too much, you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
Yeah, I
it's
think
a consistency thing, right? Anytime I try to pick it up, I'll do like 2 or 3 days, and then it just sits dormant for a few months, you know?
Yeah. But that's where streaming is quite cool, because you can do a schedule and you know that you will at least play that amount of hour per week.
Yeah,
So-
how to kill your viewer count starring Imperial Jedi, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Right.
Yeah.
At least. Yeah.
We're having the same discussion with Yuba because he tells me, "Hey, you should do music streams." And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm not good enough. I need to." And I would practice, and that would not be very interesting. He says, "Just play whatever." Remember when I started saxophone? I'm like, yes, sure, but it's about feeling it, and
Yeah, no, I just don't feel it, and I don't think it would make for good content. But I can do a devil's advocate. You might have people that are intimidated. They want to try an instrument, and they want to be there for your entire struggle and journey. And it'd be really cool to see you on day one trying to play like 2 or 3 notes, and then 4 or 5 months later, you're playing a song on your own, and they've been through that whole process.
Yep.
So people want that. But then if that's not your normal content, and all of a sudden you just change to be like this like budget music streamer that can't,
Yeah.
it just sounds like a goose is getting hit with a baseball bat. You know what I mean? Like, no one's going to want to watch that necessarily. So I don't know how to pivot properly, but there is probably a way to make that work though.
Yep. Yeah. Definitely.
sub goal for subathon.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Well, that could be the goal, right? Yeah, exactly. Or like, you know, you have a strong full day of the content that makes you, that makes you the money, gets you the subs, gets you the action. And then you dedicate 1 hour to, you don't care what the viewer count looks like. You don't care how many followers you lose. You play music every single day at the end of your stream for 1 hour. And then 1 month later, are you better or worse? And then if you have enough data to show, has it killed the stream? Has it helped the stream? Maybe go from there, you know?
Yeah. It's interesting because you have this very methodological approach. Sorry, that's a name, right? I'm tired tonight.
Yes, anglais c'est bizarre, right? Like,
So, very methodic approach on looking at the data, seeing how it works, like what you want to do around that. Yeah, I mean, it looks like it, right?
yeah, that's my logical side. My emotional side stops me from putting in enough time to see how the data would actually look. Like, I
Okay.
want results quickly. I'll do 2 or 3 streams, not see what I want, be disappointed, and then shift back. And then I've almost hurt myself twice because I've changed my regular content. I've changed from what I've changed from. So this is what I'm battling these days. I'm trying to just be like more consistent and just try more things and not be afraid of what happens. And then fall back to YouTube for like actual growth.
Yeah. So actually, you get the kind of punch when basically you do variety and the numbers are not going to look at as much as it was on different games.
Or like, take the numbers seriously when you're doing like your city builders or you're doing your simulation, and then don't worry about the numbers when you're doing your music or trying something very different,
Yeah.
like drawing or cooking or something, right?
And is that something you can do? I mean, yourself?
I try not to, but the numbers just stress me out. I'm aware of every person that unfollows. Like, one negative comment can entirely sink my day, and I hate that. And I just feel like this is my final boss I'm battling.
Okay.
Or I just sit. It's like all like the 2 people in my head are at a conference table and they're duking it out, like who's going to be the winner, right? And most days it's my emotional side, which is unfortunate.
Yeah.
Where like, this is the logical side, I know what to do, but my emotional side takes over and tries to show off and do all these things and just prevent me from being what I feel like could be successful.
Yeah. And so do you actively do something today to try to fight that, or is it something that you're kind of feeling and
I don't know. I
kind
just
of roll with it?
I try to like psych myself in my head, and if I feel like I'm getting too emotional, I'll try to like take a step back. But I really am just battling with that though, which is annoying.
Yeah, understandable. Definitely. It's the
You get a lot of like imposter syndrome when you're a streamer in this spot too, because like, you know, I did not go to school for city planning. I did not go to school for like building like, you know, road arterial systems, right? I've learned all this because I've watched so much like content on the way and just trial and error. But like, you know, if you were to call on me as some kind of expert, I don't know what I'm talking about. I have an idea, but like that makes me nervous, right? And that's the imposter syndrome coming through.
yeah.
And you have people who like, you know, are actual city planners who have pivoted into like City Planner Plays. He's pivoted as a city planner into a city building game, and the difference is night and day. You can see it. He's trained in it, and like that's crazy.
But there is a big part where it's not only what you do in the game itself. If you look specifically at City Skyline, it's still just a game, and you are an entertainer.
Yeah, and you got to be entertaining. Yeah, exactly.
So it's not part of how you play. If I'm taking example for other games, but if you get people playing CS and by CS Counter-Strike, for example, and they're not top 1 player in esport in team, that doesn't matter because they still provide good content. And I think there is no shame on doing that. Even though, there is some people that will be expert in city planning and that will be playing the game, but that doesn't discard what you're bringing to people when you're streaming.
No, and I feel like so with Twitch, I think you have a little more forgivability for that. Like Twitch is almost like a testing ground where you can hone your skills, and then you make like, you know, detailed focused tutorials for YouTube to get a wider audience.
Yeah.
And then because you know what you're talking about from trial and error or from experience, like people will sit through the video might get recommended to more. And if those people enjoy your vibe, they can come to Twitch and then hang out for the long form content.
Yeah.
That's kind of like what I think I want to do for the next year. Just try to like play games, get good, make a few tutorials on the games I'm playing. Hopefully that goes wide. We get more people into the Twitch stream. They get excited when I play that game, but they hang out when I play a different one though.
Yep. Yeah. No, definitely.
I find that it's quite difficult nowadays with like so many streamers and so many streams to watch, to get like people to stick for you more than just the game you play.
Agreed. Yeah, like I will cut my viewer count in half if I don't play City Skylines. But City Skylines in its current state, people just come and they complain or they lurk. Like, you know, there's nothing really new happening in cities. They might enjoy watching me play a city, but it becomes just kind of like this quiet, chilled out stream. But if I play like Zomboid or something that's like action or story driven, I might have half the viewer count, but like twice as many people are chatting, and it's just pure chaos with like redemptions and like, you know, sub gifting and just a whole bunch of like interactions. Yep. So like that in itself is also interesting.
It for the past few years, like specifically, I'm not talking at the beginning, but was there, beside the growth with City Skyline 2, specific moment that you will remember kind of forever on what happened in your streams?
Oh my god, I feel like the day I got partnered, it's just like I was having the worst case of the Mondays. I was just having a bad day, and I had applied for partnership, and I had been denied 5 times at that point. And I had not heard back, and it was a few weeks, and I was getting a bit discouraged from that. And I remember I was just having a bad day, and I was like, you know what, let's just stream. Maybe that'll put you in a good mood. And my internet was so bad. My stream was crashing. I don't know what was happening, but the game was breaking too. It was just like the worst day imaginable. And I was ready to just like call it. I wasn't even paying attention to chat. And then like for like 2 or 3 minutes, everyone was like, read chat, please read chat, read chat. I'm like, what do you mean read chat? And it was a Twitch staff with a wrench. And I was like, oh God, Jesus, please, why are you here today? In my mind, I thought they were coming in to like gauge if the stream was like worthy of partnership. And I was like, oh, this is the worst day to check on that. And then they were like, oh, check your email. We're about to send you something. I'm like, oh, okay. And it was like acceptance to partner program. And I was like, oh my God, I was just bawling my eyes out. I was like, this is too real. This is too much. It's like one of the realest moments I've ever had on the internet, eh?
Yeah. It's quite cool. For what I've heard for others, it just got the email not when they were live, so It's
No, that's how I was used to it. I would be like, apply. Because in the old days, before they had the Path to Partner program, there was no requirements. You just sent in like this essay when you thought you were ready. And for most people, it was between like 300 and 500 concurrent viewers. And I was just doing cities on a Sunday, and I was getting about 140 average. A good day with a good raid would be 200 plus. And I was just applying for partner every few months, and they wouldn't even respond, or they would just send me a generic, like, no, not yet, please keep at it. And I'd be like, what do you want from me?
That's
and then
so weird.
The Path to Partner program came out, and I could see it just like the threshold and all that stuff. And I just was not streaming enough days per month.
Yeah.
And so once that came out, like 4 weeks later, I was partnered because I knew what to do then.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
It was such a...
I mean, when you know what the requirements for an exam, in a sense, is, it's much easier to be able to succeed now.
It's so easy.
There is just a few comments that I want to chat message that I want to point out, but there is
I keep ignoring chat. Like I don't, I feel like I'm talking over all of you. This is my show now, okay? So thank you for joining me. Right?
It is your show. It's so I can tell you, we are trying to get better at this, but every time we do a podcast, we struggle a lot to read the chat. So I'm trying to do some breaks.
That's what makes Twitch so much fun. This should always feel like the first time that we're streaming.
Yeah.
It should feel like we're like Wayne's World in our mom's basement, putting this together on cable access TV. If it's overproduced, it feels like television, and television sucks.
Yeah.
You lose that one-on-one, the specialness. You have that, like, the cats run over and disconnected the monitor. Like you lose that kind of, like,
I'm looking at my cats
almost.
were very, very steady tonight. Like, we're not in our call. Just earlier we went live, but now he's sleeping. I can hear him like snoring, so it's fine.
We need a cat cam for the interviews.
I can arrange that. I can try it.
Mm-hmm.
And two comments specifically, so Nixu and Snow Squirrel, but they were specifically saying that they actually would stay for any game you played, even if you were playing Uno, for example. So
those are people I love.
And
it's like I don't know how to get more of those people. It almost feels like just cast the widest net you can and just hope for the best.
Yeah.
Like, just growing on Twitch alone is tough, but that's why, just make more videos on YouTube, just get seen by more eyeballs. The internet's a big enough place that everyone can make themselves a community. Everyone can kind of make it happen these days, which I like. And the barrier, this is what Jel was saying, like, the barrier to entry for streaming is so low. You can just turn your phone on and go live. Like, you don't really need much these days.
Yeah.
So that's cool.
And so you have your Discord and you have your community there. How does it play in your kind of in your channel and activity in general? How do you interact with your community? How do you build that around?
Well, it's like, because we make content on YouTube and on Twitch, Discord's kind of a good place to get people from both worlds to kind of like vibe together. And the Discord is a little bit more like time zone friendly. Let's say you can't make it to the stream every day, but you can watch some clips in the Discord. You can join the chit chat. We've got, game specific channels. So maybe you only hang out in the city's channel, right? Yeah. That's a little bit easier. So Discord is kind of like your community hall, like your meeting ground, your clubhouse. And then people might find out about the clubhouse from like different points of content, right?
Yeah.
So Discord, I think, is really, really important for streamers and for communities. But you don't really need one right away. It's like, once the community's built, they need somewhere to be, then you do the Discord.
Yep. Yeah.
And then, like, things like your TikTok could be good for your shorts. YouTube could be good for your shorts as well, your clips. And then things like Twitter is good for, like, interacting with brands, initially DMing people, like interacting with people. It's not as...
Thank you for the follow.
Followers. Hello.
It's crazy.
But yeah, just multi-platform, and every platform can kind of like serve its own purpose, I think, specifically.
Yeah. The alert was quite high level. Sorry. It's kind
of. That's okay. It's Zerizi. It's big hype.
So, thank you. Thanks
also,
a lot.
Zerizi's one of my mods, by the way. So.
Sari, right?
Oh, Sarab Siddiqui.
Yeah. You said it better.
I had such a hard time with this. It took me forever. That's the other thing. Like, unless someone corrects me, I will absolutely butcher someone's name and just never fix it. And if you don't tell me right away, 2 years can go by and I'll still be calling your name wrong,
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, my name is being butchered every time. So either way, people call me
Yuba. I don't even bother.
Yeah, Yuba.
Yuba
That is.
Papa. Yeah,
It's Yuba. So the Barba Papa is
Yuba.
just because Yuba was not available. So people call me Papa, which means daddy. So I'm like, yeah, okay.
Listen, people
I am
call me
your
Chatty,
daddy.
so I understand.
And yeah, so Barba as well. So it's
See, Suski
like-
gets it.
Yeah, Barba Papa. But the thing is, the real thing is Yuba because Yuba is my name in reverse. So that's why it with
there you
the Barba Papa is just a fun element. I think I found a way to try to show you a small cat video, but it's going to be a very sneak peek.
Oh, sure. All right, let's
It's
go.
going to turn, okay. And
All right, everyone get ready. Here we go.
we have.
Are we getting an evil stare?
Yeah.
Oh, it's a sleepies.
Yeah, he's snoring. So-
I genuinely thought it was going to pan over to the most evil eyes,
Oh,
just
no.
giving us dead stare, you know?
This one is sleeping, but too far away, so I can't. I don't want to bother him because otherwise he's going to destroy everything here. After he's going to walk around and like,
Yeah, right.
oh please. So last time he sent an email, so I was
You
like,
see like your lamp in the background turn over.
so no, he's very good with computers, sending messages, stuff like this. That's really great. I mean, I'm proud of him. We're most probably going to give him an internship or something like this. So
Oh, cool. Okay.
we'll see how it goes. But yeah, and one of the interesting thing is so you started to use Alicia in August, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so,
Yeah, so it's right after TwitchCon, basically.
yeah, and you had quite a lot of bumps on different like discussion that we had specifically about data, AI, stuff like this. How like
Yeah, such a weird thing.
Yeah.
Like,
but
it's like I don't know.
no,
Like a lot of people are scared of AI.
Yeah.
Like this is my giant sentence here, right? People are scared of AI and they're scared of like their data being like used against them and all this stuff. But it's like it's 2024. Everything you do on the internet is recorded. Like everything's being scrubbed. All this AI stuff is grabbing info from everywhere. So there was like quite a few people when I started using it that just stopped showing up to the stream. They messaged me saying they were uncomfortable. They'd like want to be added to the ignore list. And a lot of people just went to like active chat or to lurker. So it was kind of it was a little bit stressful and challenging.
yeah.
So
yeah.
tough to deal with that. You don't want to alienate people, but you also want to try something like, you know, if you want to make it as a streamer, you have to be able to adapt. And AI is so clear as day of the future.
Yeah.
For me, AI is kind of like electric cars. You know,
Yep.
it might be a little bit kind of like first generation smartphone where it's kind of like a novelty and stuff, but like, you know, electric cars are the future.
Yeah.
Like we can't keep burning all this dinosaur oil forever, right? Just like, you know, making our lives better, making a streamer's life better, making the viewer's life. Even just now, look at everyone just hanging out and chatting with Alicia about just like jokes and memes, right? Like it is absolutely the evolution.
Yeah.
But they make movies about the AI takeover, so
Yeah.
it's kind of a justified
Yeah.
fear. So I don't know.
I feel that. No, the main thing I'm saying it's on the podcast as well, so at least it's visible in public as well. But if anyone isn't comfortable, like every time they should just reach out. We're the super connected people. We have emails available. We have Discord available. We can be found on all the social media. If there is any issue, if people are uncomfortable with Alicia and having chatted with them somewhere, they can just reach out and we just deal with it. Like literally, we'll just delete the thing. It's completely fine. So, and as we were chatting last time, so we're a European company, so everything that basically you request on your data is there. Even though we don't have any personal data, so it's just
No, and then like the asterisk to it all is like all of that's already there anyway. Whether you guys like what you aren't doing,
yeah.
but like the second you type into a Twitch chat,
It
like
is
Commander Root,
Yeah.
all the bots in the accounts already, right? They're all
The
they're all grabbing and
best
scraping.
lurker. I mean, Commander Root
Oh,
forever.
my most loyal viewer.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
right.
Most channel points ever.
That's right. Yep.
We know him. Well
Oh
done.
my God. I think it was like a year before I realized that Commander Root was a bot, because I was like, this guy's in like every stream. He watches like Azili, he watches me. I'm like, this is crazy. How do you have time for this?
He's everywhere at the same time. That's amazing. No, yeah.
Mhm.
That's
Wow, I must have like 10 monitors or something.
yeah. No. And so when you start trying Alicia with do you have like any specific settings that you were playing with, specifically?
Oh my god. Okay, so when I started with Alicia, I made her like, fun and flirty, and oh my god, every single guy was like, all right, let me see if I can hit on her. I'm like, no, she's a bot. She's not real. And they're like, are you sure? She's not just playing hard to get? I'm like, oh my god, dude. So that was kind of funny. And so like I had her go from being a little bit too flirty to being a little bit more sassy and kind of like, witty comebacks. So you can like fend for herself.
Yeah.
And that was fun.
Yeah.
And then these days we have her as kind of like a witty, sassy, almost like personal assistant. Yeah. Because there's so much stuff in chat that I miss. And so you can just ask her a question that she hopefully can answer with a real answer. But
yeah. Yeah. We've seen that.
But yeah, she just loves to roast me, eh?
She's really onto the streamers usually. Yeah, she can be that way.
No, she's so savage. And then I think it's so interesting if you catch her lying about something. Because someone will ask her a straightforward question, and then she'll just be like, "Oh, here's the answer," and you're like, "No, Alicia, that's not true." And she's like, "Oopsies, I guess it's not true." And you're like, "What do you mean?" Like, oh man.
Exactly.
I feel like it just. There are moments too, where like I will just sometimes out of the corner of my eye be reading chat, and you forget that it's a bot.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like that's or she gives a real answer, and you just stop. I remember one time we were just goofing off, and I was like, Alicia, what does the world need more of right now? And she was like, love, compassion, and kindness towards animals. And I almost cried. I was like, what?
It was a good profile.
I was like, that's the realest. Yeah, it was like the realest answer I've ever gotten out of like anything,
Yeah. I mean, it depends.
I thought maple syrup was the answer, but
yeah.
Yeah, maple syrup, right? Yep.
Yeah. I remember, when basically we were building Alicia, and it was a while back, like a year and 2 months or 3 months ago, something like this. It was during summer 2022, and I've seen one of my viewers really turning weird, even though they knew Alicia was an AI. Like they started like, "Oh, okay, how old are you?" And I'm like,
"Oh yeah, literally, yeah."
And I'm like
so, what are you doing after the stream? And it's like, oh, okay.
Exactly. And I was like, I'm building it. I'm telling you every single stream that this is something I build. It's not. So it was just like, come on, okay. It's and a lot of people, because we were chatting around with friends extra, and they just told me it's a name. You remove the name, no one will do that. It's the fact that it's Alicia.
Exactly.
And I'm like, that's such.
If you had like
shame.
Al instead of like Alicia, if it was like a guy, I think that would just be like cut in half,
Yeah. But yeah, now she's really, really prepared and defending herself.
I feel like I don't know. I don't know if this sounds weird or not, but I feel like she's a bit more approachable because she's like more like on the female side. I don't know though, eh? That like I don't know if that's because I'm a guy maybe too or not, but
I don't know.
I don't know.
It's the thing is in the name, like not much thoughts went into the name. It's just the name of my guitar.
It's so clever though.
That's the name of my guitar.
Alicia, I love that.
It's so I got so my guitar is named Alicia, and you just add an I, and that's it.
No, it's very very marketable. Yeah.
So yeah, it was really not thought through, and so when I started to see that kind of things going in chat, I was like, what have we done? So yeah, but it's fine, and I think it's taking time, but even like more broadly, like people are more aware of how it works, extra. So there is not that much.
Oh, even just in the last few months, like there's so many other AI programs. AI is just becoming more the norm, and I think people are getting a little bit less scared of it.
Yeah, and
they're having a lot more fun with it too, which is kind of cool.
Yeah,
and they're seeing it as like a really helpful tool, which is really nifty.
Yeah, and so you've been trying different profile and some roasting you. Was it like the more sassy version, I guess?
Yeah, I think it's more like it makes her more like relatable almost. Makes her feel more like human. Like you don't want to be talking to a computer, you want to be talking to a sassy computer.
Yeah.
Like kind of like something from like Futurama. I don't know how to describe that. It just makes it more fun to interact with.
Yeah. Have you
makes you want to interact with it too.
Yeah. And have you tried the commands in general?
No, I got one command sort of working where she would use the exclamation point move and like make memes about that, but me living still in Toronto and stuff. But I feel like when it comes to the AI stuff, I'm still just kind of like just scratching the surface a little bit, not
Yeah.
utilizing it to its like full potential yet.
Yeah, because it's something where basically if you give her commands, but the profile is very sassy and kind of in this fighting back, she won't listen to you. So you can.
Oh,
ask...
she doesn't. She does not listen to me.
No.
Like the viewers have to ask on my behalf sometimes. I love it. She's so polite to Squirrel, especially. She's so nice to the viewers, and is just like, to me, right?
And I think one element that I was looking into, I think there is some bias on names as well. I remember one channel which is specifically around food, and someone is named Moo, I think, right?
Muko.
Muko.
Yeah. Muko.
Whenever this viewer is there, she's doing moo jokes and moo words.
Oh my
And
god!
I'm like, no one prepared her to do that, but that's great. I mean, let's just do it.
When she does stuff where she's not prompted to, I am equal parts amazed, equal parts like, who told you? I'm scared. Who told you that? How did you figure that one out? Like, excuse me?
Yeah.
And then one day, it took because like my nickname is Jaddy with the whole daddy jokes and stuff. But yeah, one day, like 2 or 3 weeks into using Alicia, Pipster was like, "Can you tell us a joke about Imperial Jedi?" And Alicia was like, "Oh, Jaddy? Yeah, sure. Give me 1 second." And I was like, "Who told you that?" I was like, "Excuse me? Like what? What did you just call me?"
Someone must have said it before.
Yeah, no. Well, everyone says it, and she picked up on it, and that was a weird, scary moment,
I think the scariest moment that happened, which is just luck. It is nothing else than luck. But someone in chat said, "Okay, Alicia, do you know when my birthday is?" And she guessed
creepy.
it. She guessed it.
Now, see, like, is that because maybe you've got, like, somewhere, like, on your Twitter or something, like, there's got to be that one bit of public information? Is that, Or is it just, like, she picked one day?
It's a
you
random.
have a 1 in 365 chance, right?
It
and then
is
random got it perfect.
It is fully random. And the thing is, we've seen that happen in many streams. So people are basically asking that question, like, "Hey, Alicia, when is my birthday? When is my birthday?" So you have at least, 100 times, 200, 300,000 of time that she got that question. So one time she just got it right. But the moment she got it right, that's when people got, like, very vocal about it.
Yeah,
because
no doubt.
But actually, she failed 99 other times. It's just like, it's just,
Yeah, so I feel like that is also what might scare someone, right? Like if it's their very first time interacting and they see that, they're like, "I'm deleting Twitch. I'm deleting my smartphone. I'm never going on the internet again." Like that could be.
Yeah.
They just don't know yet.
Yeah, and I think it's really about teaching how it works. It is random on a lot of things. She doesn't have extra access
I love this.
to data.
Panda's asking Alicia right now for birthday info. You see this in chat?
No, she's like careful, but it's basically it's based on her personality, so it really deepens how it's going to work directly in chat. Because for her channel, her personality is not something that she's going to go crazy inventing stuff, etc. She can do some jokes and stuff like this, but it's limited. If you want to see that, it's most probably going to be on customized profile from different streamers. You can try on Imperial Chat, but yeah, I'm not sure.
Yeah, that's some of the movie magic that I share a little bit of it with that, but I try to act like Alicia is a bit smarter than she actually is. We can prompt her, we can create profiles, we can tell her to ignore stuff, we can tell her to lean on stuff, but the viewers don't really know enough of that, so I kind of keep that a little bit behind the curtain.
We actually have a feature that has your name on it. It's the on the settings, you can disable the system message, and that's something you requested as soon as you arrived.
Yep, that's right.
And
I remember that. Yeah.
So since then, it has
make it
fairly
more
used.
sneaky. That's right.
It has been fairly used. Like a lot of people are using the non-system message, so she really join as a viewer, leave as a viewer, not like posting updating message or stuff like this. So yeah, I mean, which is quite cool. So it was a very good request on this feature.
My heart, I try.
Thank you. And so if you had to think about a specific feature for Alicia over the next year, is there something that you have in mind that you'd like to see coming in?
I just feel like it would be really challenging, but it'd be really cool if she had the ability to grab clips. I don't know how that would really work very well or not, but that'd be kind of nifty. It's like, hi, Alicia, I'm new to the channel. What's your favorite clip? Or what's a really good clip that can kind of show me the vibe? Almost like a channel trailer, but have her, pick from a carousel or something.
Yeah, I mean, that's definitely doable.
I'm trying to think anything else, eh? Because like I envision Alicia becoming more just like the personal assistant. As the channel grows, and if I'm missing stuff in chat, she could be like, oh, here's what you missed. Here's when this is coming out. Here is the most recent YouTube video. Here is, just recapping today's events or something.
Yeah, a bit like basically what.
But she kind of does that now, though, so I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah. It's the. I mean, I know that the next big one for us is going to be memory, which we are releasing the new brain slowly. So
ooh, creepy.
Currently, the new brain is basically what's going to give us the opportunity to actually build in the memory finally. And the memory...
Yeah, see, that would be like equal parts very fun to try and very scary when it starts remembering things. Remember like a few months ago you said you would do this and you didn't? I'd be like, what? Excuse me? Are you what? What?
Yeah. First, we'll see how we do that properly, but I mean, we will be communicating much more about the memory in the coming days and weeks. But that's most probably like something. I mean, we've been working on defining how the memory should work for about 6 months now, so it should be going on something interesting at least. So, yeah. And if there was one feature you wouldn't like to see going,
I don't know, because I almost don't know what I don't know. Like, you want AI to start feeling less like a computer and more just like an active, regular viewer, right? So the more human they become, the better. So I'd almost like it to not be more robotic, almost, Like, give me a Cylon here, right? From like Battlestar,
I'm looking forward for when you'll try the new brain. Hopefully, it's going to show you a bit on that. But the new brain is still flaky.
Yeah. If you need people to beta test, I'm down, eh?
That's more an alpha or pre-alpha now. I mean, we've been doing some.
Gotta start somewhere.
Stuff. Yeah, exactly. But it's going there.
For the story, just before the podcast, I was streaming with like the latest version of that, saying, "Okay, I think we're ready to release it to more people." 5 minutes to my stream, Alicia crashes.
Yeah, maybe not, eh?
And so I said, okay, maybe we're not ready. So.
Well.
But yeah, to answer Snow's question, and what Suski was saying earlier, you can teach her how to use commands, and you can teach her how to use emotes and that kind of stuff too. I just don't do a good job. I'm not a good AI teacher. I'm a good AI experiencer, I guess,
Yeah, you basically have to tell her which one she will be able to use. So specifically like tier 2 and tier 3, if she doesn't have the subscription for that, she won't be able to use them. But if
that's the stuff I messed up. So she would be like less convincing because she'd be spamming like text instead of
instead of the emote. There is the same thing with the follows emotes. So if you need a follow emote, you actually have to tell us and say that you want Alicia to follow your channel so she can actually use your emotes. But that's the idea, yeah.
Wait, Alicia doesn't even follow me? My heart. Oh no.
I think she does. Let me check that. And now you're making me worried. So
no, it's okay. I'll just cry off stream. It's okay.
She does. she's following
okay, good.
Since August, I think. So come on, okay?
Hell yeah.
Don't be mean. I don't know. She does. And for the commands, it's the same. But the new brain should be even better with the commands, where it would require less work to make her using the commands. So she'll be able to understand better when to use them and how to use them. For example, SO.
Yeah, it's crazy that there is this like noticeable improvement, even just a few months. Like imagine 2 years from now, like when AI is so much more mainstream and you just have so much more of this like flushed out, more features, and she's just like, slinging memes like the rest of the crew. Like that's crazy,
And the thing for us is at some point moving out of Twitch, I should be able to remember whatever happened on Twitch and join your Discord and being able to chat with people, stuff like this. So
that would be cool too. Yeah, or have like the Alicia, the room where you just go in there, ask her questions anytime.
Or she would be.
And that also too, because Discord is like that connecting point between your Twitch and your YouTube. Yeah. She can be like the brand ambassador that helps you kind of like figure out like what you've been missing.
Yeah.
Like what has been happening this week in Imperial Jedi news, right?
Exactly.
Alicia could be Well, sit on down. Let's go.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, a lot to come for 2 years. I'm sure. I mean, we'll be busy. Anyway,
I saw too when you're doing the countdown. There's almost 1,000 people using Alicia now. Like that's freaking wicked.
Yeah, we are.
That's cool.
I think the count is
I don't know.
currently not up to date. We're closer to the 1,000.
That's even better.
Yeah. I think
that's
we'd,
cool.
Like, maybe we crossed it. I don't know. I think
I
we're
can
nine.
give
Well,
you
when you guys are
number.
famous, don't forget about me. I guess
We
eh?
won't.
Like. Okay, good.
No worries. And on top of that, so it was really cool to meet you in the TwitchCon. So I'm guessing like
It was so much fun. You guys are such high energy, and it was like, it was cool. Like parler français avec vous. That was fun, right? Like,
Yeah, I mean we can switch in French if you prefer now.
I mean, nous parlons essayer, mais
Je
je pense
pense
que le
pas,
chat va être un petit peu perdu.
No, je pense qu'ils vont être perdus. Oui.
Oui.
No, well, back in English. Sorry. But
And I love your accent. Like a Parisian accent is so much nicer than a like Quebecois, like ouais, mais oui, bah ouais, it's such a difference.
it's I think I told you that, but you met my partner in the in TwitchCon.
Yep. Oh,
and
yeah.
So she's working for one of the institutional companies in Quebec, and so sometimes she bring words from Quebec.
Oh
at home,
my
and I'm
God,
like,
just
that
the
this doesn't make
slang.
sense. One time, so
No.
we had this chat, and I don't know if you'd be able to explain that joke in English or joke. It's not really a joke, but basically in France, you say je vais manger de la nourriture, on va faire à manger, on va passer à table,
Oui, oui.
ce genre de choses. So all of that is a normal way to say that you're going to eat or whatever.
Go eat. Yeah, exactly.
And in Quebec, apparently, it's more like la bouffe. On fait la bouffe.
Oh, yeah,
on
it's
fait...
the slang. Yeah,
and,
yeah.
and the thing
yeah,
is,
yeah.
for the French speaking from France, this is extremely rude. Like if you say
It
that,
is. Yeah, it's like you're shoveling your face or
Yeah.
whatever. Yeah.
And so one night she was like, yeah, I'm going to. So on va passer à la bouffe ou on va faire la bouffe. I was like, the what? No,
You're like, what the? Yeah.
we don't do that. So yeah, it was.
Yeah,
quite-
no,
quite-
Quebec is like, it's like rude slang, but you say it like among friends almost. Like it's a weird thing, but you'll say it in a business setting.
Yeah. I
Or
mean,
you'll say like the ultimate swear word, like the T word, right? Like
and if you manage to go to Rotterdam this year, it would be nice to organize something so at least we can chill outside of the TwitchCon, just
yeah, I
grabbing
agree. Yeah, no, but having an Alicia meetup or just like having more stream time, bringing
Yeah.
some syrup, have
We're-
a pancake session.
We're trying to see if we can organize that. That's something most probably we'll be discussing on the Discord very soon, where whether or not like there is many people from the Alicious community that's going to be at the TwitchCon Rotterdam, and if there is, like most probably trying to look into maybe having some gathering somewhere, having a bar somewhere. Like I don't know.
Yo, then who knows, Alicia Con one day, right?
Oh.
Like, let's go.
Just,
Yeah,
that's going to be
we
interesting.
talked about it a couple of times.
Why not?
More like as a dream. But
No, I mean, you never know, right?
I mean, if she can
We
organize
got
that
at least
for
one
us.
person, I would come. So, yes, make her organize it. Put her to work.
Yeah, I don't-
My goodness, Like,
that's a minimum, though. So.
I love it.
So, yeah. And I think I have I want to come back on something around your Twitch experience, and it's
Sure, yeah.
specifically around your network and connection and who you're talking with. How was it? How did you build and connect with people throughout the time? Was it mainly on TwitchCon, or did you manage to connect
initially-
with people differently?
Like when I started streaming again in 2015, I knew of TwitchCon, but I didn't really have a lot of streamer friends. I maybe had like 4 or 5 people I would watch on the regular, and like one of them was the person that got me into like the DayZ streaming, so I was still hanging out over there. But he didn't go to TwitchCon, and so I didn't really know anyone, and I almost thought like I would not have a good time. There's no reason for me to go, and not going to the 2005 TwitchCon is like one of the biggest regrets, because I did 2016, 17, 18, 19. Pandemic shut stuff down by the 20,
Thank you for the.
and then started doing the EU one, and yeah, so I don't know. I just feel like you have to go to TwitchCon because it's such an easy opportunity to network. You can meet the game developers, you can meet the people doing like the Alicia stuff,
Thank
you
you.
can meet the other streamers, and you don't have to worry about the pressure of just being live. It's
Yeah.
not the same sweatiness of having all your lights on and You have to worry about your brand and stuff. You can just literally be yourself, which is really nice.
Yeah.
So I'd say also as a viewer experience too, it's so much fun. It's like going into a Twitch chat for the first time. It's a little bit nervous, you know, a little bit, you don't know, but the vibe is always right. Like you'll meet friends, and I don't know, highly recommend it.
It's a. Do you see a big difference between TwitchCon Europe and US?
Oh yes, huge difference. Oh my, Europeans know how to party. I think
agree.
Europeans are a bit more
Yes.
like North Americans can't keep up. And I don't mean this as like anything bad towards North Americans, but I feel like Europeans are a bit more inclusive. They're a bit more welcoming. They're like they want to talk to you more. Whereas like TwitchCon America feels like high school where you got cliques. But it's not that bad. You can still break into the cliques, but TwitchCon Europe feels more like everyone for everyone.
Yep.
Whereas with like America, it's smaller groups, but you can still break into those groups, no problem. It's not like you're not welcome or anything.
Oh no! But it's really about, you know, this. It's a subtle element where the atmosphere is a bit different, and you can feel more confident to actually break in some aspect and chat with people. I feel at least that's kind of a similar experience for that. And I only did 2, so European and US this year. Last year. And the cool thing was we were in the central of like a lot of different, you know, small bars and restaurants.
You had such a good spot at in Vegas. You were near the Doritos and all that stuff.
I meant, you know, the convention center itself, like where in Paris. You walked outside and you had so many bars and stuff like that. You can just chill, get some beers, and just, you know, hang out there. So that was something that I missed a bit in Las Vegas.
Yeah, I felt like in Vegas, or definitely because Vegas is Vegas. There's a lot to do, but just in general, like the after stream like con life is a lot more fun in the EU.
Yeah.
Like when the con was over in Germany, I don't know how, but everyone seemed to end up at that same Bavarian drinking hall with the giant long tables. And it was like unofficial after TwitchCon, and that was a little bit harder to kind of find those vibes in the American ones.
Yeah. Yeah. But I'm quite excited about the next one.
So if I had to choose, I would pick EU over America, even though America is outstanding. EU just a little bit more fun.
It is. I think the TwitchCon itself is way like there is much more stuff. It's but for the people and how you interact with people, I prefer the European. So it's really
also
two
too, because like the European's more intimate. It hasn't really grown the same way the American one has. Yeah. So you can do more things. You don't have to wait in line as long. There's more free samples. You can chat with people a bit more quickly and easily. Yeah,
it's more like low-paced in type of interaction, where in the US was more like go, like bang.
But
bang.
in a few years though, because like TwitchCon Berlin, the very first EU they did, like they didn't even sell out. It wasn't even one full hall. Like you could see and do everything. It was so tiny and intimate. And I missed Amsterdam because I was moving. But with Paris, like the size and scale and scope at which it's growing is wild. Yeah. So I feel like Rotterdam is going to be just like, you know?
Yeah. I'm quite excited about it.
I hope so.
That's what happened with the American one, right? Because I missed 2015, biggest regret, but 2016 TwitchCon was fun. It felt like, you know, intimate and stuff. 2017, they had growth problems. It was like LineCon was the meme. Or maybe that was 2018, but yeah, it's just TwitchCon started getting big. Yeah. And I've been going to PAX West only, and PAX West is like, you know, 3, 4, or 5 times the size as TwitchCon. And then TwitchCon got so big that Twitch stopped going to PAX West so they could focus more on just TwitchCon itself, which was kind of cool. So
yeah.
Oh my gosh, stay out of the foam pits. That's a terrible meme. That poor girl that broke her back.
Oh
my.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, TwitchCon is a lot of fun, and like kind of what I was saying earlier, like I just stream all day, every single day, so I can afford to go to the next TwitchCon. And if I can get to the next TwitchCon, that gives me enough energy so I can stream all day, every day to get to the next TwitchCon. Yep. So it's very, very addicting.
Yeah.
It's a vicious cycle.
And so, yeah, to around the connection and networking, so most of the people, you're actually kind of connected more deeply with them through the TwitchCon.
Oh, way more. Yeah, you get a superficial, you get a quick, like, you also see their streamer self.
Yeah.
You might be a different character than you are in real life. And so like it's fun hanging out with that person, but then when you get to like pull the curtain back and see how they really are, and there's no pressure, and you can actually have a real conversation, you can have TOS conversations. That's nice.
Yeah,
I like that.
Yeah,
And that just creates like, you know, friends for life.
Yeah,
I think it's really cool too.
Yeah, I really feel that the TwitchCon actually really make that difference between the people that you will actually meet online extra and the people that you can actually connect with at a different level. So it's the most probably because it's streaming though. Like I'm talking like if you're playing a game and you're talking with those people offline the game or anything, it's different. But
yeah, see, I think if you're
streaming,
like a viewer and you're like you play a lot of games stuff, like PAX West might be more up your alley because then you can play more games, like talk to the developers more. But if you're a streamer, TwitchCon is outstanding because you can meet other streamers, you can meet those brands that are looking for streamers, and then you can just actually meet your community members, your mods, other people like that without having to worry about it being awkward. You have like a convention that is for this. It's not like, hey guys, let's go to this pizza parlor at 7, try and show up, hope for the best. You know, it's like that's a little bit awkward.
Yeah. And I think there is a side story on that, but each TwitchCon that you've been doing in the US, you found a different transport way to do that. Like you basically do a road trip every time.
My God. The memes, so like we do Scooter Gang. Like, you know, like the Lime scooters or the Bird scooters?
Yeah.
We'll have like 10, 15, 20 of us sign up for them. I road trip. I drive to TwitchCon America every year. Yeah, that in itself is like the coolest, funnest thing ever. I just love it. Like, yeah, I don't know how to describe it, but I just can't do this for any other reason but TwitchCon. I can't just go to like, you know, Vegas for fun. You can, but...
How long was the trip? Like, it was 8 hours, 10 hours, 15
hours?
Oh,
God, it's like a 23-hour drive or something like that total.
I don't see the scale of the US, I'm sorry.
Oh, it's huge.
Yeah. Like,
so Canada is a little bit wider than the States. We have 6 time zones, I think.
That's insane.
I think 6. Yeah, 5 or 6. It's huge. Yeah, it was it was like 22 hours to Vegas with Panda saying. Panda drove down with me. It was Panda and Chip's Grade. The 3 of us went down.
Okay. Yeah, so we met, actually.
Yes. This is what I mean. It's how small the world is. You see? This is why Twitch is so great.
And so,
and that's what's so cool about TwitchCon, because you can put faces to these usernames.
Yeah.
And it creates that like next level of like connection, you know?
Yeah. So
yeah, that is 6. So Matt also is Canadian. So this is how small the world is. So Matt, like Matt Kasich right there.
Yeah.
He's been like my viewer for like 7 years. We found out like 2 years ago that we went to the same scout camp when we were kids together. Like, do you know what I mean? Like that. Do you know what I mean? Like, what?
That's insane.
And now we live, like, we're planning a meetup. We're planning, a whole bunch of us that live close to Vancouver. We're going to do a Costco day. So we always found out we live close to each other. Like, that's how small the world is. And this is the kind of like community and like fun you can have. Like, this is what Twitch is.
Yeah.
Like, you don't really get this on YouTube. YouTube has a barrier almost.
You can't. Like, the content creators, you won't have the same connection with anyone who is creating content that you can have on Twitch.
No, it's almost like there's one other layer you have to break through. Whereas Twitch, you can just go in and chit chat, join the community. My weird analogy, I joke that we're just building a puzzle. We can't see the box, so we don't even know what we're making, but we just know if your piece fits. We know right away, you know? It might be an edge piece, corner piece, but if you put your piece in and it fits, we know. If not, you're gone anyway, so it doesn't even matter. You won't, you know?
Yeah. No, that's right.
That's what I like.
And I have to ask you a picture of your car. So if you have a link, because I know your car is your like kind of
my car is a
beauty.
Hey, you know what's? I don't think I've even shown you this. Maybe I have. You know, I have a model of my own car. Like,
I think you showed me last time. But yeah, it's
so dorky.
It's insane.
I love it. Here, let me find the actual. What I want to do is I want to bring the here, I'll send you this picture here. I want to bring my like model car out, and I want to like park it next to my big car, but then like stand far enough away from it where it like works for
definitely
like the perspective or whatever, you know?
Yeah.
Here's a picture.
That'd be so cool. Did you send it on Discord or?
Yeah, I sent it on Discord.
Perfect. With a big bumper at the front, that's crazy. I can try to show it on the stream. If you give me just a sec. I'm always very slow with
Yeah, that's part of
everything
it too. Like,
technical.
I don't really get a chance to like go on long road trips and drive and stuff, and so I look forward so much to like being able to drive to TwitchCon, like trying to raise the funds,
Whoops.
trying to like make memes out of it, get goals and stuff. Oh, it's so shiny that day too. I love that. Oh yeah, there.
That's a big one. And
That's so silly. I honestly, I love that car. I bought it like right at the start of the pandemic when they were just giving cars away for free. So I would never be able to afford this now. Like, it's so crazy. I
Yeah.
cannot believe it's even mine. But look, see, literally, it's just like, you know?
Yeah, you have the little
go.
Mignitro with that.
Yeah, see?
Yeah. And so you have the...
Yep.
It's a crazy bumper that you have in front.
Yeah, it's just a push bumper. It had like lights and siren and like the back cage and all that stuff too, but can't really drive around with those, unfortunately.
Matt was saying in chat that you're scaring every other driver.
Yeah, I mean, yes. People move out of my way. That's the best way to describe it. But no, like when I lived in Toronto, everyone was just so aggressive and just in this rush to go nowhere and driving like jerks. They'd be riding your bumper in the slow lane. They'd be like flashing their lights when it wasn't appropriate. And people were just being rude. And all of a sudden, you drive a cop car around, and everyone is on their best behavior. They're driving like they're, you know, they're driving like they're either dropping grandma off at church or they have 10 pounds of drugs in their trunk, right? Everyone's
Yeah.
just on their best behavior.
Yep.
Oh, that's so funny.
You have another option for that. You get a very old car, a bit like, cranky, and people are
Oh,
afraid.
yeah, and
Like,
you just don't care.
They will just like, oh, we have to let this guy pass because we know that we can't win. His car
No,
is
oh,
already
yeah, too.
destroyed.
But no, if you get like an old clunker that's all beaten up, you know,
Yeah.
like, oh, so I'll just hit you. Don't worry. You want to ride, I'll brake check you, you know, like.
Yeah. No, but that's usually that's my kind of car. So, that's the only car I had drove like which was mine, and it died, so I don't have it anymore. But it was an old Peugeot and very very cranky car. So people got scared on the on the street, on the road, everywhere. So I could just like drive, not giving a shit because people were too scared about the car, which was quite cool. Usually.
Also, if you scratch it too, you don't worry, eh? That's the thing.
I mean, it's just metal. Like, there is nothing.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Oh, that's something. Anyway, I think so. Maybe, I'm just looking, but it's a good occasion for anyone who has been maybe not knowing you for that long, but if there is any question for Jedi.
Yeah, I'm totally down for questions. Or if you guys have any questions about like streaming or just
Yeah.
like anything else, like from the viewer side, eh? Like I'm totally happy to answer. I can
Yeah.
make up stuff to make it sound smart, even like My God, Zarizi. All right, well, I'm turning 38 this year. I am a boy, and I live in the west coast of Canada.
The next question.
Matt, I have a question for you. How dare you? Over.
But the next one usually should be like, and are you single then? Because
Yeah,
when
well,
you
I
have
am. It's very
ASL,
painfully obvious. That's the other fun thing.
you're in Toronto.
Oh, a real question. We got a real question. Well, yeah, the joke is I'm still in Toronto. but
What is
a real
one?
question from 402?
So what is one thing you want to try in the near future to help grow your channel?
I think getting back to consistent YouTube videos. I think that really is the thing. And like being live all day, every day helps you. But at the same time, too, you can burn out the audience. You can just, make people tired of the channel. So you almost need to have some gaps in the content so that you make people miss you. Absence makes the heart grow fonder,
Yeah, it's on a follow-up question for that and for what you said. Do you think there is a big difference if you do like each other day or each day?
No, not really. As long as you're consistent. Like whatever you decide to do,
Okay.
just stick with it as long as you can. Because being consistent is more like you want quality over quantity when it comes to content.
Yep.
If you're live all day, every single day for the sake of just being live, your quality will go down. Like
Yep.
how funny can you really be 24 hours a day, right? And then your viewers, they just cannot be there every single minute of every single stream. And if they're starting to miss really big milestones, big moments, big conversations, they're going to feel like they're being left out.
Yep.
And if you're getting left out, you're going to watch somewhere else because you don't have that connection anymore.
True. That's really.
I like Matt's question as well, eh? What
So
is number one piece of gear? for
Oh,
a new
yeah.
streamer. I'd say if you're going to invest in anything, it's got to be microphone. Everything else is forgivable. Microphone is forgivable if the content you're making is so on point. Like if you're like, say, for example, a math teacher and your stream is just writing math equations, help people with their homework, they will sit through you even if your microphone sounds like you're underwater because your content might be exactly what they want, right?
Yep.
And then, yeah, 9 out of 10 times when I check out a new streamer, if it sounds like they're yelling underwater and it's not like, you know, not that math teacher, I don't need that exact info, I won't stay.
Yeah.
So I'd say audio is probably the most important thing.
Yeah.
Everything else is forgivable. Everything else can be worked on.
And to back up that specifically, I think every single person we've met saying exactly the same thing. The mic is the most important element. Because also there is
audio first, lighting after.
Yeah. Lighting is cool.
Lighting's a huge difference.
I'm a big fan of
And then
lighting.
green screen.
Yeah.
Like literally having a green screen. Like you can just change the vibe like in a heartbeat's notice, right? Like all of a sudden, like welcome to the Imperial cabin, right? Like that's what I mean. Like this kind of stuff is fun. Like you don't have to worry about having like a clean apartment. You don't have to worry about making like, you know, background shelves, that kind of stuff, right?
Yeah. It's something I don't go to, or at least I'm not saying going to, because I have this feeling that I want to see like the background. I can't anyway because I would need to have like all of those removed. But yeah, it's
well, let's have a bunch just ready to go, right? Because like, you know, here's Toronto, right?
Yeah.
Here's Toronto in the winter. You know what I mean? Just like this reminds me of like, you know, when Wayne's World, when they were like, and now we're in Delaware. You know, like that whole with their green screen messing around.
I'm not. Sorry, I'm trying to go through. Did we miss a question or?
No,
Probably.
just-
I talk a lot.
Yeah. No. It's the chat. I'm always lost. So- but I think Jalab, you were watching.
No, Squirrel. No, Squirrel has a real one, eh?
I've always thought that once. No, is that this one? Yeah. Do you have any
Yeah,
concern of this with streaming full time?
See, like money makes it weird. Like money makes it sweaty. Like you don't want to have to stress about paying your bills. You want to just be able to have your bills paid for. And so like that's something I struggle with so much, right? Like at the end of the month, if I know the bills are going to be covered, I feel a lot more comfortable. At the start of the month, when everything is uncertain, it's like you're very all over the place, especially in your head. And so like I still have passion forever. I enjoy so much streaming. I just want this to work. And I feel like if you try too hard, then you're a try hard and it might, you know, kind of hurt the content a bit.
Yep.
I'm worried that because there's a financial element, you might like sense some desperation or something. And so it's up to me to like still try to keep the vibe, even if I'm broke AF, right? Like, and there always is this perception that streamers are just balling. I don't know where that comes from, but streamers are just like, it's like being an artist, you know, like it's tough, you know.
It is. It's
1% make it.
There was some data were released by either Twitch or around or some streamers that said how much streamers are making thanks to Twitch, and it's like very similar to the numbers of viewers people get. And it's like 95% or 90% of the streamers never make any money.
Oh yeah, no,
And
100%, yeah.
It's like the 8 following percent is making between $1 and $25.
Yeah.
Yeah, it literally is crazy. And there's 1% that just makes like all of it.
Yep.
And so I feel like I'm just kind of on the outskirts where I can see in. I have friends that are making it, and they make enough to be comfortable. They make enough that they're saving. They make enough that they're not stressed.
Yep.
And I keep getting close to this, and then I'll do something to self-sabotage, or the game won't have the right momentum, or just something will happen. And so this is why I keep going back in this like circle. I have to get more YouTube content. I have to be the one that makes the momentum. I can't rely on a new game coming out. I can't rely on some big rate. Like I have to be the one now. And that I think is like the next big thing.
Yeah.
And then like once you have enough that you're like not sweaty and stressed, the content gets better. And yeah, and just, if the streamer's having fun, you're having fun. And then just kind of going in with Nerd's question right there, you know, about having like the passion, all that stuff. If the streamer is stressed, you are stressed. If the streamer's not having fun, you're not having fun. So you want to make sure your streamer's in a good place, you're in a good place, and then that just makes for better content.
Yep.
And then how do you know when to tune in? A schedule. So I'd say like a schedule is the most important thing. Even if it's only one scheduled day, 2 hours per week, at least people know when to tune into you.
Yep. Yeah. It's a
And then you can fake it till you make it, but I think a schedule is more important. Because if you're having a bad day, you can at least fake it for a few hours, you know?
Yeah. A lot of people are basically talking about that. Like, if you don't feel right, don't force yourself, because it's going to be visible. Like, unless you're really good at faking it, first you're going to hurt yourself, because if you're bad and faking it's going to hurt you even more. And in the long run, like, it's not going to turn out well, because people are going to see it anyway.
Yeah, people are smart. They'll see through you, you know? And then especially, like, you know, if you are on stream just, like, lying the whole time, you have to remember what you're lying about. And then you'll get caught in some lie eventually, right? Like a weird analogy. But so just put on an honest show, and then just, yeah, if you're passionate about the content, if you're enjoying the game you're going to play, like, that will make for such better content and streams. And then people get fired up. They want to buy the game. They want to play alongside. They're asking questions. They're posting in the Discord.
Yeah.
Like, they're coming back to see, like, how did this city turn out? Oh, you're playing Tropico. Did you, you know, did you save? Are you still the dictator? Did you make it, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, and you get another message from Nixie, like, at least calling out your milestones, like saying that you are actually making it to become more like a variety streamer.
Yeah, I am trying, yeah.
Yeah, which is quite good. And I mean the patient, like, you will have through streaming is something that you kind of have to look after every, like, all over the time, because it's quite easy to actually ruin it in a sense.
Yeah, you just have to adapt. Like, you know, you don't want to fall into bad habits. Like, it's such a weird one, because you want it be like, you want things to feel nostalgic, but you have to keep adapting. Like, you want to come to the stream, it's got to feel new. Otherwise, why are you going to keep coming to it? Like, the nostalgia factor might bring you back, but you need something that's, like, fresh and new to keep you there.
Yep.
So, like, streaming is always evolving, which I think is kind of nifty too. And just like if I get known again just only for Cities 2, and Cities 2 being in its current state where it's just very narrow right now, I can't grow, I can't succeed. So I need to be able to break through that and be known for variety, known for whatever, right? And then that's up to me to be consistent, and then just, you know, put it all out there and hope that it works, right?
Yeah, I'm reading at the same time, but everything that's being said in chat is extremely true. From Squirrel and Invisible Genome. Like, the interaction with the chat, one of the main elements that we were talking before, like this kind of swapping time where you can't actually keep up with the chat, and so you lose this sense of community and connection. It's something you want to reach at some point, but you still want to get the connection through different ways or means. So I think that's kind of the hard spot, where when you make it, in a sense, or when you actually can live properly about it without having to worry about paying your bills, it's most probably a time where you also reach a point where the chat is quite hard to follow and keep up with.
Yeah. So. And I feel like I keep getting close to that point, and then, like, it's almost like I'm scared of the results or something, but I'll just stop streaming, or something will come up. I'll ruin it for myself, like some self-sabotage. And then I'll get myself back down to, like, the 50, 60 viewer count and feel like I'm starting again. Then I can get myself up to, like, that 1-200 to the point where it could start taking off. Then I won't take it seriously, or something will happen. And so, like, this year, I want to break through that. It's like my final boss, like, battle my emotional self. And Suski keeps me on my toes so much. So Suski's one of my mods, and she is outstanding. And I'm so stubborn. You know, she's so helpful for me, and I just sit here and do the opposite so often. And every single stream, I'm just worried it's the last stream I'll ever see of her, you know?
Yeah. We don't say that often, but or enough times, but the mod community that are usually around streamer that actually goes above and beyond the numbers, etc., are usually also big part of this success, in a sense. So, like, it's not surprising that you have someone on your toe, or keeping you on your toe.
Yeah, you have to. Like, your mods are your best friends, and they're the ones that can roast you. They're the ones, you know? Because if a viewer comes in and is rude, that's not very nice. If a mod comes in and is rude, that's expected. You know what I mean? Like, you want that.
Yeah. But I mean,
and the mods, you know, they sit there, they see it, they know, right? So
yeah. Let's say Jalab was my mod, and being rude was more when I don't want to be 15 hours in streams anymore. Which led to Alicia, so was kind of
yeah. It's so funny because like I think I told you this before, but obviously the chat doesn't know now. But we had our own version of like Alicia years ago, where it was my streamer friends who would put on a text to speech like overlay program with like pop-ups and videos and stuff, and we called her Eva, and like my stream when air quotes would be like getting hacked. And then like people would ask questions in the chat, and then Rob would just like find a Wikipedia answer, copy paste, and would make that talk like an AI bot. And people were like, "Yo, how are you programming? What is this bot you're using?" I'm like, "Oh, it's a AI bot." This is like 4 AI bots, right? Everyone's like, "What's the website? How do I Google this?" So much fun, so random, eh? And then now here we are, right? The future, having this like all.
That's
four
actually no. We just have some people writing the answer. It's we have
Yeah,
a room
that's it,
somewhere then. So, I mean,
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jellops is like in 20 windows at once, just like copy
Exactly,
paste, that's it.
I think I told you that when we were chatting about it, but that was actually one of the conversation I had with a friend before Alicia was working properly.
Yeah, it's how your Inception, I think, right?
Yeah.
Like,
It's so my friend was just saying, "Dude, like the technicality seems to be too hard. Just try out and see if people really want that." And so by doing that, just get some people to write the message behind the same account. So you fake the fact that it's an AI, and you see if people are actually interested in. I was like, that's less fun. Man, I'm technical. I like to build stuff.
but we did that for like a year, and I thought that was so funny too. Is we did that, and everyone was so interested. And now that like AI is kind of around a bit more, people are scared. I
Yeah.
never had anyone that was like, "Oh, I want to be on the ignore list." Everyone wanted to interact, whereas now they're like, But then I feel like just in the last few months, like it's almost like the mood is starting to change again.
Yeah.
Where people are a lot more like open to the idea of AI. They want to start interacting with it. They find it fun. They see that it's a tool. They see that it can be silly.
Yeah.
Like, even just now, like the whole time we've been chatting, everyone's just like chit chatting with Alicia, asking her questions and rhymes and like stories, right?
Yeah. No, and she's usually harmless. So I mean,
Yeah. Usually, yeah.
usually prefer to
Harmless
say
to the
that.
viewers. But no, it's like so. Like Alicia does a good job at roasting the streamer the same way the mods do. So I think she kind of like captured that element of like the interaction very well.
Yeah, but she's not always. I mean, there is a big part of what the community is saying in chat. It's going to help the Alicia in the specific chat to reflect that type of things, and so it's kind of the community is going to influence how she's going to react anyway. So that's
But I feel
usually
like
how
the
it works.
community is going to influence too how like new viewers interact, and then the
Yeah.
mods will influence how the community
Yeah.
reacts, which then influences how the new people. So it's just like another pillar in like the the streaming pyramid, just having the AI.
Yeah, 100%. So I'm just looking at do we have some time for more one or two more questions if there is, or
Yeah, hit me with some good ones here, right?
yeah. I mean, I was expecting more like trolling and questions, but actually no. It was,
Yeah, I know.
it
Some
was
good
like-
ones came in though, for real.
So really well done.
I want to say too, like I should be trying more. I've met a lot of streamers, and I think for having like this much time in the game, I should be implementing and trying more stuff. I happen to know a lot, and I'm really good at giving advice, but I don't seem to follow my own advice. I don't know what's up with that, but I feel like I'm really good at answering questions, and so I almost need to like sit down with myself and do like in my own interview, and then help myself that way, But
You could actually
if you have questions in the chat, I feel like I really can help you.
Yeah. I mean, and you could actually do some like similar thing. I'm not saying specifically with Alicia, but you could use, for example, something like ChatGPT to make it work in a sense that it's going to interview you, and based on those interviewing questions, you can actually make a video, and then after you have your content on YouTube.
Yeah, I want to try that, where I sit down with my own self, kind of thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like,
That
or,
works
like right
well.
after a haircut, where I'm disheveled in one half and then clean, wearing a suit in the other, or something like that, right? Like,
You just get an AI avatar, so that's fine.
yeah, exactly, yep.
And that's it.
Little
So
cartoon and flannel.
human heads. So yeah, no.
So the human hide hat thing, that's from when we play RimWorld. And so my mod Suski, we make her into like the tailor, and then we'll like, grab our prisoners and do like terrible unmentionables, and then hats are the byproduct.
Oh, okay.
RimWorld, you can do a lot of war crimes. I feel like RimWorld being spoken of out of context is like, I'm going to call the police. I don't know what you're talking about, but this can't be legal. Like, that's how it comes across, like...
Yeah. And we have some friends that actually have built some sort of a mini-series inside Zomboid. I don't know. I've seen some people like mentioning that. You've played Zomboid as well?
Oh, I'm playing Zomboid so much lately. Like, that's what the whole community... there's some comments about that. Like, what we've been doing on Saturdays, because everyone's, like, off work and stuff, is trying to get, like, a community day where we get as many people that are playing in our community server, like, onto the stream. They can use voice chat, and it's been such a fun way to kind of, like, just, bring all of us a lot closer together.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah, PZ, because, Project Zomboid. I didn't make the link, sorry. Let's see.
Yeah, we jokingly call it Zombie Sims because we're all just like building houses and vibing and just it's like an apocalyptic lifestyle game. It's so fun.
It's like what's the name of the game? You're on the Animal Crossing. It's like Animal Crossing with the
yes, literally yes. We're building a town together and we're visiting and we're having fun.
Yeah.
Just happen to be the zombies banging at the door. It's
oh no, we're busy. We're just playing.
No, it's so funny because we literally go out now. Like we have all of our cars, we're all suited up, we're like our weapons and stuff, and we're just being like, oh, that's a nice stove to bring home for the community, or these are good curtains. Oh, let's kill that zombie really quick, and they're like, oh, that's a cool table. And we're just like loading up our trucks with like furniture and stuff to bring home to the compound.
You should now do
so in
real, like going to IKEA together. So
that's how it feels. It's like, all right, put on some music, get your snacks. Here we go. Get in the car.
Yeah, I haven't played it, but I've seen some streams about it. And specifically, there's one streamer who's doing like a full storyline and series extra, their role play throughout the game. But I've never.
Yeah, there's a lot of role play for that too.
Yeah. Zomkia. Yes, exactly. So yeah, 41 kill, 42.
Yeah. So the joke is that like I don't mean to, but I shoot 402. Like we want our community adventures. I will try like on TV. Like he'll be getting chased by a swarm, and I'll pull out like a long gun, and I'm like, all right, line him up. Here we go, and I'll miss and shoot him often. So it's become a meme by accident. I think I've shot him like 5 or 6 times now. It's like everyone jokes about it. Yes, he doesn't mean
doesn't mean to, yeah.
In my mind, I'm trying to save him.
Well done, Alan. That's a great success so far. So.
Oh. But that's what I mean. This is the kind of like memes that game just creates, though, right? Like it's a really good storytelling game, and I feel like for Twitch, you've got to take the long form.
Yeah.
So like Zomboid just lends itself beautifully because you can create these stories and you can weave people in from the community. And it's really exciting because 402 is one of my mods. People recognize him. And then to see him like outside of his mod duties, but you to see him like just being a character and having fun in memes, like you're like, oh, I know him. That's cool. And then you go into the server, you can see him, interact with him in chat. It's just all these layers. Yeah. And I think that's what makes Twitch so special.
Yeah.
You don't get this on YouTube the same way.
I mean, YouTube has you said that before, but there is another level, and you don't ever cross the buyer. I don't know
and
anyone.
You can live stream on YouTube, and you can chat with the streamers, but it doesn't feel the same. You don't really get to this level. I don't know how to describe that.
I think it was two days ago. I was watching a YouTube live with someone that I know who is on Twitch as well, and he was not on Twitch at the time. Chatted in the chat. Fully ignored, and it's just
that's so common. You get ignored on YouTube. YouTube
because
you're just watching someone.
Exactly.
Whereas Twitch, you're interacting.
So it has a really it's a huge and different usage between YouTube and Twitch. So new operating system, yes, kinda like Mac OS versus.
But I don't know because it feels like that. It feels similar, but not. I don't know how to describe it. It's just the vibe. The vibe on Twitch is so much more jovial, and you can just goof around. Like, you're already all buddies.
Yeah.
Whereas on YouTube, it's, like, a bit more professional. You have to get to know someone first before you can make the jokes or something.
Yeah. And even if, for example, on Twitch, it's quite hard to be discovered through times, like, naturally within the platform, you usually need to get people from outside to go and start, like, growing your audience like this. I don't see how you do that on YouTube at all. Like, because it still works.
It's even
a bit.
harder.
Yeah.
Yeah, like the YouTube's like discoverability for the live streams is terrible.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
you have to be already established, and you have to have like the most like the strictest schedule imaginable.
Yeah.
You have to let people know ahead of time so much in a YouTube streaming environment. But then just casual YouTube videos that people can watch at their own pace, at their own time zone. Like you need those alongside.
Yeah.
Like, you just can't grow on one platform, and you just can't live stream on YouTube alone, right?
Yeah. But it's just the content creator universe where you have to use each strength of each platform to actually build up what you want to do.
Exactly. Yes. Yeah.
So YouTube
And
has
so Twitch,
stuff. Well,
Twitch, you hang out long form, you get practice, you get good. Clips are made. The clips, you put those onto another platform.
Yep.
The knowledge you get from playing the game all day, every day for 8 hours, you make a 15-minute YouTube video where you know exactly what you're talking about. You've now like nailed it.
Yep.
And like all of those together, that's the strategy.
Yeah. And you need to have short contents from different platforms to again try to drive new people that's going to discover you. And Discord is there to keep.
And then you have your Discord, and that everyone from all the platforms comes together, and you hang out in the Discord after the streams.
It's
That's
a universe, like same
is,
way
yeah.
of the MCU, but it's the CCU, content creators universe.
Yes, it's content creators universe, exactly. Yep.
So I'll brand this one the CCU.
Let's do it. Oh, we could make T-shirts. We'll be rich.
Yeah,
you know?
Exactly. Welcome to the CCU.
Actually, I really like that a lot. Actually, a CCU, that would be good for like a brand.
We'll be using that.
We're onto something here. Yeah.
So, yeah, but definitely it's something to actually be aware of. You can't be expecting too much from one platform because
you can't. And you can't expect the platform. Like, it's not in Twitch's best interest if you're a brand new streamer to promote you. They don't know. You know?
Yeah.
It's in their best interest to promote a brand that's already working. That's why the 1%. That's why always the same people are on the front page.
Yeah.
The same people are on the top of every directory because it's working for them. It's working for Twitch, you know?
Yeah.
It's a proven formula.
It's showing what type of content that you can find on Twitch. So any new viewer that would be going on the platform will be like, oh, okay, that's the kind of thing I can find. After that, when they went through the mainstream type of stream, they can start digging, but at least they're already hooked on the platform.
Mm-hmm.
So
yes,
it's
yeah.
a strategy.
You want good brand ambassadors, yeah.
Yeah. So...
And Twitch does a good job with that. Twitch, the ambassadors, like the way they do their front page carousel, like all of that, it's working.
Yeah.
Like Twitch is working.
We haven't talked about...
If live streaming platforms were easier to do, there'd be more of them, right?
Yeah. But we haven't talked about Kick.
Oh, God. Jesus, God. I can't say anything nice about that platform, and I come off as so negative, but that is probably one of the worst. Like, it's so bad.
Have you been there?
It's just not good. No. Intentionally, no. My real problem, like, I'll say two things about Kick, because I do get very negative. The problem that I have with Kick is that they're not very professional. They don't have a consistency with things like their partner program, for example. Like Dan Clancy, the CEO of Twitch, has a personal account where he streams. He applied to be a partner because he made the threshold and unlocked the milestones and all that stuff, right? He was denied partnership because he did not necessarily meet the criteria. They were worried that his recent viewer count was just because of some raids. So they said, you know what? Even though you're the CEO, you're a denied partner. Please keep at it, right? And then he posted that to Twitter. And then Kick was like, oh, if you stream on Kick, we'll just give you partnership right away. So, like, you know, what is that from? Like, does that devalue the partner program on Kick? What about all the people that are working hard getting denied that are just at the threshold, right? So,
yep.
And then the other thing I'll say about Kick is they don't moderate it properly. So you have a lot of like toxic streamers, a lot of negative stuff, and you have a lot of hates that people just seem to like gravitate towards. It's just very bad. It is like the one red flag of the internet. But at least you know where it is, so you can avoid it, right? Like,
yeah, I'd say it was needed for some people to have a place for that, I guess. So.
Yeah, but those are the people that got banned from Twitch. Those are the people that like you don't really want to associate your streamer brand with. Yeah. You know, if you're an advertiser or if you're like in the same category, you don't want those streams to show up next to yours.
Yep. Right.
What you want, which is a shame they didn't make it, you want a platform like Mixer. Like if Mixer had just held on till the pandemic, they would have made it because they were, you know, a bit more like moderated, a bit more of a brand name, and just a bit more wholesome, right?
Yeah. Yeah. And Mixer had obviously like Microsoft behind it, and you could expect something
Yeah,
different.
they just could not find a way to make it work. They paid too much money to
Yep.
too few streamers to try to bring audiences over, and they just couldn't make it work. But if they had survived through the pandemic, they would have 100% got there.
Yeah. And I was expecting a lot of different things from Mixer, specifically the fact that it is not the same thing. Because why I'm saying that is technically Kick is Twitch, the same platform.
It is, yeah. They stole
It's
their,
provide-
yeah, they stole all the stuff. Yeah, they
It's
copy
not-
pasted.
It's not really stealing. It's Amazon who is giving you access to it. So
No, yes, and well, they took some of the like the
Yeah.
UI stuff. They like the code they took.
yeah,
Like, they
yeah,
showed
yeah.
them
But
or something.
it has been leaked, and so most probably has been a bit like inspired by.
Mhm.
But the thing is, they're not trying to actually be better. Not trying to build like a better platform than Twitch.
No,
They're
they're
trying
just getting
to
all the
get-
people that are banned from Twitch.
And they're getting through like financial number and stuff like this to try to attract people. Where what I was expecting was Mixer is that it would have been like a different view on the actual streaming world, and that could have
Yeah,
brought
it was
new
legitimate
stuff.
competition. It was
Yeah.
something different, and then competition is better for the viewer because
Yeah.
then like the platforms have to try harder to retain the
Yeah.
viewer and the content creator.
compared to YouTube, which is it's not really a competition for Twitch. Like YouTube is not trying at least.
No, not at all. They're-
It's
yeah,
just
they're
it's
very
there.
different.
We have the feature, but we're not doing anything with it. So it's just like it is an option, but with Mixer, it would have been like a good type of balance I was hoping for.
And Mixer was a real competitor. They were just a little bit early, and I think their real issue is they spent too much money on too few streamers.
Yep.
They
Ninja.
spent like $20 million getting
Yep.
Ninja when they could have gotten 20 streamers at $1 million each, and that would have
Yeah.
just been a wider appeal, you know,
Exactly.
Yeah.
100%.
or 200 streamers at 100K each, or whatever the math is for that, you know. But
Yeah. Yeah. And yeah. Yeah. Anyway,
yeah, I
it's a-
think we
it's a-
do need another platform.
Yeah.
I don't know who that's going to be though, but ever since Dan Clancy took over and is really like starting to think about how to make the platform like more profitable and just like a better place for the creators, like, you know, with like the new Partner Plus program that can expanded to be a 60/40. Affiliates can now do it as well. There's multiple layers. Like, we're moving into a new ecosystem where I think Twitch is going to be like a lot healthier and better to grow on.
Yep.
But I think another platform would be kind of cool.
Yep.
And it's not Kick, you know what I mean? It's not.
No. I mean, I don't even think they are trying to compete, really.
No, it's almost like they're a meme. I don't even know if they know what they want. They're forced now to have to do a little bit more moderation because Google said they're going to take you off like the Play Store. So,
Fair enough.
but-
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, we'll see how it goes. And I eventually be able to host gaming stream. It's the invisible.
Yeah,
Gem.
how can you imagine? Yeah, if like Alicia was the host right now, we're all just like, you know, listening to
It's-
her. That'd be kind of.
So the thing is, it already exists in a sense. There is some.
It does, doesn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, they're not playing. I think they are actually like just chatting. So you chat in chat. They're going to answer you, stuff like this. But like plugging the AI to your video game is not going to be like an extremely hard work in a sense. Yeah, you've seen deep neural network playing Mario and stuff like this, so you know that you can actually plug in those type of things together. And then on top of that, you have the VTuber avatar, you have the TTS voice, you have the chat capabilities, you have like all of those elements are going to lead to obviously streamers that are entirely AI. And yeah, and you already have YouTube channel which are entirely AI.
Yeah. Those are kind of weird. When they have like the AI text to speech as well, that sounds so much like a
So-
bot, you know?
Yeah, I'd say there is two type of AI channel. There is the first one, which is I have a script in Python that's going to read some weird stuff on internet and try to create a video from random picture and TTS, and I can generate that. Or there is people that actually build up like a character, a brand, a personality, thing like this, and they actually try to tell a story with what happened to this AI, in a sense. So like a real life character. So you really have these two elements. There is what the AI world enables. So there's very quick content to create, automated way to blasts a numbers of short video things like this on YouTube, and there is the other
Or
one
pictures too, like those
Yeah.
kind of things.
and there is the other one which is more like people trying to see that as a new way of doing content creation through a virtual character. So, yeah, I think we'll
all
see.
you need to do is just have it like do the copy your voice and copy your attitude, and I could just not even be there anymore. And,
Yeah. Just need the 3D model at the end, and that would work. So
There's you see the question from Nerd there for Alicia for me? That's kind of dorky. I like that.
do you have any streamer questions for? I've got a question for him here. If you could be any video game character in real life, who would you choose and why? I know, that's it. Okay, that's a cool question.
I love I don't know who I'd choose though. I'm sitting here thinking like, who could it be? I don't know. What's a fun game I played recently that I really enjoyed the character of?
Does you want to be a citizen? Could be a citizen in one of your city.
Yeah, right. Exactly. Oh my god, he moved out. No, I used to play God, what was it called? It was like Band of Brothers style video game, where like the main character was like World War II, and felt like it was a movie. I don't remember his name though. It was like Sergeant Matt Baker or something like that. I think I would be like that guy, but I don't know. That's a good question, but I don't have a real answer.
We should let Alicia do the podcast questions for us.
Yeah,
That'd be kind of fun too.
now I'm kind of curious. Oh yeah, but I can't ask. I'm with Alicia. My account is signed in with Alicia, so if I write something, it's going to be Alicia asking Alicia.
Yeah.
Sorry, I can't ask her to do another question, but that was actually a great idea, Nerd. I didn't think about doing that. So next time we can try to have some something about that. But if there is any other question from Alicia, maybe we'll see. But that was actually a good one.
Yeah, I wish I had a better answer for that one.
I'm trying to think about it, but
I don't really play a lot of story-driven games. I am doing a lot of stuff where you are the character, or it's just like a sandbox kind of thing,
Yeah, and the thing is, every game that I really liked where you have a main character and story is just horrible. Like you have Dead Space, you have Fallout, you have Bioshock, you have Plague, even like Ori, which I love that game. I wouldn't like to be the character. It's just like, no
I
way.
feel that. Yep.
So yeah, if you could have one superpower in real life,
I like that one. Yeah.
Yeah. What would it be?
I would like the top two. Everyone wants to fly, so I'd love to be able to fly. But it'd be so cool to read minds. That'd be so, so dangerous, but that'd be really cool.
Yeah. I think this one can backfire very quickly.
Yeah.
It could backfire extremely.
Yeah, there's some stuff you don't really want to have access to, I'm sure, eh?
No. I think it would get scary very quickly, specifically if you can do that in the streets. I don't want to know what people have in mind when they're walking. So
yeah.
It's just,
okay. Maybe we'll stick to flying.
Yeah.
Flying or invincibility, right? Just like walk into a volcano, come out unharmed.
Yeah. We have one question for us. So, how did you all decide to develop Alicia? For the quick story, so I started streaming in 2020, and Jalab was my mod. He basically was in my chat every time, chatting with me and the viewers, which helped me quite a lot because I didn't know exactly what I was doing at the time, and helped me to build up the community as well. Fast forward 2 years later, Jalab started to be a bit like I was streaming 15 hours a week, and saxophone, which I was still learning. So I'll let you guess how awful it must have been for Jalab during those 2 years where I was doing that. And so at that time I was like, okay, maybe I can actually replace him by an AI, which we actually started to do during the summer, and we had the proto Alicia during like August running on my channel, and that was kind of the idea, and that's where we started the entire project.
You know what's great? You've told me this story, but I didn't realize it was Jalab that was like your friend who assisted you with all this, eh?
Yeah. It was Jalab.
There we go. Connecting dots now. I like this.
So, and yeah, he was helping me quite a lot, and when I started, and specifically because you know that thing I didn't ask you that because my understanding is you didn't really went through that stage when you started streaming, because you were more streaming for like a Discord equivalent with your friend joining. But when I started streaming,
Yeah, it was just streaming was casual. It was it was only like just really the last couple of years I've been actually trying to take this seriously.
Yeah, where it's if for me, even though I wasn't trying to be like to do something huge, like numbers were affecting me quite a lot. So I like Jelab, who knew better than me, kind of helped me to not take it too seriously, in a sense. So that was
kept it more like personal and just less like sweaty, you know?
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
and it's so much easier too. Like when you've got a friend or two, that's usually like the mods, right? When you've got people you can just bounce back and forth, the ideas, like it just creates such a jovial atmosphere. And then they can kind of like make fun of you like a brother would, you know? And it's just that's what makes Twitch so like welcoming and just fun, and that's what all the other platforms are missing. You just don't somehow get that.
Yeah. And I would agree with Nerd for the superpower. I would most probably want to control time as well.
That'd be so cool. My God, that'd be so cool. Like, you know, you're like late for something, just pause, walk to there, unpause. You're like, oh, perfect, we're on time now.
I think one of the first thing I would do is sleeping. I would just like break.
That'd be great. Oh my God, you would age
hours.
so fast though.
Why?
But imagine every day you add like 4 or 5 extra hours, right? Like you're, 36 on paper, but you're like 45 because of how much time you pause, right?
But
like,
in my mind, if you control time, you don't like get old, okay? It's just like...
Oh, you don't age at the same time?
No,
okay.
you're still tied to the number of rotation of the Earth. So if you stop it, like you don't... that's fine. Yeah, you pause, your age...
I got you.
Yeah, exactly.
Yep.
So it would just be... Okay, it's 9 a.m. It will stay to be 9 a.m. for the next 8 hours, and I'm still be sleeping, and then you can actually wake up, and that'd be perfect. But
that would be handy, because then you could do the full 24 hours a day.
Yeah.
Because then you would have to worry about sleeping, but you could still sleep 8 hours, or 10, or 12.
Exactly.
Yes.
All right, new superpower. I changed my mind now. I want time.
I mean, Jimmy time is so powerful. Like there is so much stuff that you can do.
Can you? Oh my God! People are like, you're truly alive 24 hours a day. How are you not dead? Like, well,
I have my secrets. But it's the same thing with technology or anything. You could always stop and like do tons of research, build tons of stuff in one day, and basically be ahead of the time and of the curves all the time. Same for like you have one game that is being released, and a minute later you're able to release a video on YouTube
my God.
with all the tutorial and everything.
Or like you're already an expert because you put 1,000 hours in.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh yeah.
So I mean, I'm really thinking practicality now, but it's just that's a cool stuff. But it's also like you go on holiday for one day, and actually you stay 2 months there when the day is right. Like sunset and all day there, and just like.
Yo, I guarantee someone listening is like, this is a really good idea for a TV show. They're jotting notes down right now,
That'd be super cool. But I'm sure there is, trade-off that you will have to think about. So, yeah. Still stream or is Alicia a full-time gig? Is it? I think it's for us, this question, if we're still streaming.
You still stream? I see you. I see the Yuba account go live.
So I have my schedule. Exactly the way you said it. It's 2 hours scheduled a week. So
there you go. But that's what's important. People know when to tune in,
So it's every Thursday from 4 p.m. CET, which is early morning for you. I think it's 7 a.m. PT. So if I did
that is the one thing that just sucks about Twitch. If the normal stream, normal vibe, all that stuff is outside of your time zone, you'll never get there. You'll never experience it. And then VODs don't feel the same.
No.
So I feel like if you do stream a lot, it is kind of important, I think, to have maybe like one day, even one day per month where you have a different time zone. See different people. Stay up late one day, try something different.
Sure,
routine and schedule is important, but
it's a really good advice. I think that's one of the big things for streamers as well. Because there is a thing about like crowded time, where a lot of people will have to stream after work or stuff like this. If you're lucky to be able to be flexible around that, pick a time which is not that, or stream in the morning. That's something you did, and that's something that Jelab did as well. a while back.
Yeah, that's why I want to get back to my early mornings. Like
Yeah.
early mornings for the weekday, and then late nights for the weekend.
Yeah.
And then you have a day off in between for catch up. You know.
Yeah. I know it's a really cool one.
And also too, like Fridays and Saturdays, people want to let loose a bit more. You know, maybe you've had a drink or two, maybe you're unwind a bit because, like, you know, you don't have to work tomorrow. You can stay up late. You get a little bit silly, you know.
Yeah.
But then during the week, you know, you can't really talk too much. So like a lurk-friendly game is great. You don't need something that's too much action. You can walk away, go to a meeting, come back, and just something nice to have on the monitor for the second.
Yeah.
And on the weekend, it's spicy stuff, community games. You know, get as many people in as you can. Get silly redemption, silly alerts. You know.
And you have the voice cloning of your
oh yeah
self. You
argue with yourself. Yeah.
Which is quite funny. And yeah. Anyway, it's the streaming. Like there is so many different possibilities. So it's just
that's what's great about it. Like everyone can carve their own niche, and like everyone's stream can be different. And if everyone's stream was the same, it'd be boring. You know, you want to watch them.
Yeah. But you need to be very rigorous. Like the time you were waking up.
You do.
I'm still.
But that's if you want to make it. Like you don't have to take this as seriously. You can still have it be a fun outlet. It can be a hobby. You can take it semi-seriously, and you can still have so much success and have a great time, and you know, make new friends, make a community. You can do all these things without having to like be a streamer 24/7, which is nice.
Yeah. We have another question. All-time favorite games. What's your?
Oh god, I feel like SimCity 2000, like the original SimCity games, forever and ever.
Oh,
and then
okay.
I'm gonna look this up. I forget what's it was like Band of Brothers or Brothers in Arms or whatever. It was the game. It was like a World War II style game I used to play all the time as a kid.
I don't think I would be able to pick one game.
Yeah, Brothers in Arms, Earned in Blood. That was the one.
Brother in Arms.
I used to play that all the time. When did this game release? 2005. Oh my god. That's an OG game. And what would be like another good one? Tropico is good.
Oh, Tropico is so cool. I love that.
I love Tropico.
Yeah, I think it was when it was released, Brother in Arms. My mom wouldn't let me play that. I wasn't.
Oh, my parents were not. They did not like some of the game choices I played and stuff as a kid, but that's all right.
We have. So you said you're 38, right? So we have about like 8 years difference.
Yeah, I'm turning 38 somehow. I don't even understand that. I still feel like I'm 25. If I clean shave and have a haircut, when I go buy like a beer or something, they'd be like, "Where's your ID, young man?" And then they look at it, they're like, "Oh, I'm sorry." I'm like, "No, you know.
Don't be sorry. Just say okay."
Yeah.
No, it's no. I mean, I have a reminder that I'm old every time, so just like painful bags, stuff like this. I feel I'm aging.
Oh, I know, my god, dude.
Anything. Just waking up in the morning and I'm like too cranky.
Oh,
like,
my god.
Shit. I'm going to be an old.
I could crank out like a 24-hour stream years ago, like it was no problem. Oh my god, you know?
Yeah. Oh. Sorry, I'm looking as well. And I don't think I can pinpoint one game. It's going to be one of my favorites. I would say...
For me, it's like game franchises. Like Command & Conquer. I don't know if you played that or not.
Yeah, it was a good one. It was Supreme Commander that I was playing more on my end. Which was not a very famous franchise, but I loved it.
No, that's a niche one, eh?
Yeah, I loved it so much. More like story games, like Dead Space, for example, was one of my favorite
Dead Space
games.
scared me the first one, eh?
I mean, I got the game, played the first 10 minutes, stopped for 6 to 7 months, and then I was able to play it.
I still have not finished the first one. I'm that's like 12 years now. You know, I'm still waiting to get back.
So maybe you can start now. So just re-released it with a redone one. So, yeah. Oh yeah. I have another question. Do you have one favorite game, Jalab?
It's difficult. Maybe it would be Warcraft 3.
Warcraft 3.
Oh god, yeah, dude, yes.
I spent playing that game.
Man, I was so shocked at how different Warcraft 3 was compared to Warcraft 2. I played Warcraft 2 forever. And then Warcraft 3 doing like the tower defense stuff, my god, man, that was just like every minute of the day for a hot while.
It's crazy because for me it was both the normal game, like the game as it was meant to be played, and then all the modders that created this crazy game.
Yeah, dude, the tower defense games. That's what all I did was those.
Yeah.
And I don't know how I avoided
the
like
modern games,
League
a
and
lot
stuff.
of the modern genres
It did, yeah.
comes from this custom maps. So
Yeah, Warcraft is like a pillar in the game. It's like StarCraft. It's just, you know.
yeah.
Never played
Very
it, so
OG.
I'm not. I don't know.
Oh, you missed out. It's like Halo. It has like that kind of weight. Like it's
Oh,
so
yeah.
big, you know.
Halo would be a good one. I've played hours and hours. And the big thing with Halo for me was the multiplayer. I can actually go with your friend
Yep.
and in cooperative mode, and just go on.
Yeah, see, I never actually played Halo Story, but I'd always be at someone's house, and we'd just be like 4-person like Halo, just shooting each other, you know, in the PvP.
Okay. Yeah, well, for me it was just a story. I hated the shooting each other thing. It's just like
Or no, see, GoldenEye, like on 64. That was the
yeah.
same kind of thing, right? Story was fun, but it was way more fun just to mess around with your friends after.
yeah. And other question, different question, I'd say, which is a bit like a derivative from this one. If you had to pick one game to take to a deserted island, with the ability to play it, obviously, what would it be?
My God, man. You know what's funny is I might pick Cities 2 if it was finished, but I think I might do like Cities 1, funny enough. Because I put like 7,000 hours in, so I'm pretty sure I could play for a little bit more, you know? But I didn't get burnt out yet.
I'd say something like this. It has to be a game where you can play hours and hours and still like enjoy it.
RimWorld. Shoot, good suggestion, RimWorld. That's replayable.
RimWorld. I don't think I've played it.
Oh my dude, it literally is a war crime simulator. Like the conversations you have out of context, people genuinely would call the police on you. Like,
Oops, sorry.
oh, that was you can
That was
well
the
timed.
trailer
No,
of RimWorld.
yeah, that's pretty much it right there. You're in. But no, you can I don't even want to say it out loud because this podcast is too wholesome. The stuff you can do in RimWorld will make you uncomfortable as a human. You know what I mean? Like,
it looks a lot like. Do you remember Prison Architect?
yes, similar vibe. So you know the graphics are irrelevant. It is the depth of the story and the stuff you can do. But yeah, it's that kind of level. Like, bad stuff happens.
Yeah.
And you feel very unclean. You know?
Yeah. But it is, right? It's the same engine behind it, right?
Yes, yeah. I feel like it's a similar. It's different companies that make it, but. Do you know that Paradox bought the rights to Prison Architect, and they're actually making a new one in 3D?
Oh no, I didn't know that. Okay.
Yeah.
That's cool. Do you know that by Intel, like intern Intel, or is it something public?
Oh no, this is public. Yep.
Okay.
There's a trailer and stuff out now. They just launched a couple weeks ago.
Oh,
I
okay.
did know about it though ahead of time as my flex.
Ah.
I do because like Paradox publishes like City Skylines, and I do more work with Paradox than Colossal Order. And so with Paradox, I'm part of like their umbrella thing. So I get the internal memos. I have special stuff.
What type of special stuff?
Oh, I just reached for this. This is actually Frontier. I like these kind of like booklets at like cons and stuff,
Nice.
Special secrets, contacts, games that are coming out ahead of time. That would have been so much better if that was for Paradox, but
Yeah. No, that's super cool. I mean, having to, specifically when it's a cool studio as well, because Paradox seems to be just a bunch of crazy passionate people behind it. I'm very sad that the editor forced them, but it's just like the devs, it's themselves seems to be extremely passionate about what they do.
I have to show off a CS board game apparently.
I have it. Oh, you haven't opened it?
I've never opened it. I want to preserve it.
Okay, well done. It's a really cool game.
Wait.
It's a really cool game.
I'll have to come over and play one time.
Yeah, I mean, or you have to come over and play.
Yeah, it's yeah.
Yeah,
On the way to TwitchCon, let's go.
yeah. I mean, if you stop in London, like for sure, can get the
That
roster
is
together.
honestly the plan. That is the plan, either before or after. I think I want to do it after,
Okay.
because Rotterdam is like right at the end of June, and if I go to London for July 1st, that's Canada Day. And last year, I just missed that by 1 day. And the Canadian government will send people over. They have like a Tim Hortons set up. They'll have some like Canadian bands. They do like a Canadian like stage and stuff. It's so lame in a beautiful way. So I want to experience that.
I mean, if you do that, I'd be keen to join.
That's what I mean. Come.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
would be
We'll go to the
super
Maple
fun.
Leaf Bar in Maple
Yeah.
Leaf Lounge in London itself, and we'll party.
Yeah. Definitely. I'm sure my partner would love to join as well for Canada Day.
Oh, it'd be too much fun.
And we will have a lot of maple syrup. That's
Absolutely.
the thing we want.
We'll
can bring
we'll
bottles.
drink this basically.
Yeah.
Let's go, right? Come on.
Give me some maple syrup. I want that. Oh,
Is it one of those like beer hats, but there's 2 maple syrup bottles and a straw? You know?
do they do beer like with maple syrup?
They, not, sort of, not really. It'd be more like a liqueur or like
Okay.
or something like that. You know?
Yeah, we actually have it in the fridge right now. We have the maple syrup
Oh.
alcohol.
Well, there you go.
So
But yeah, so like that, like a maple whiskey would be
Yeah.
more common than say like a maple beer.
yeah.
They, I haven't tried it yet, but they just did a special Coca-Cola with maple.
Okay.
Okay.
I mean, they do Coca-Cola with it.
And then Tim Hortons also has a maple coffee too.
I have a controversial Coca-Cola taste thing. Have you ever tried the
Oh.
Coca-Cola Black?
I don't like it. The coffee stuff, I don't like it. It's not
I
for me.
was such a fan, and now I know it's in the failed museum. You know, like the museum that get all the failure in business that ever happened.
It lasted in Canada for like not even a year. Not even a lot of people know what Coca-Cola Black is. Even in chat, people might be like, "What are you on about?"
do you
also,
know in
for
chat what
random
it is?
show and tell? Random show and tell. Check this out, eh? Coca-Cola
Classic.
bottle. 100-year anniversary of Disney. This is from 1996. Where's the date on that one? There you go, 1996.
Shit. But it's not drinkable anymore, or is it?
Bubbles, still drinkable. Weird. I don't think I would. You have to pay me a lot of money to drink this
I
one.
mean,
But...
now you can also sell it as a collector or something like this. Where if you open
yes,
it,
I have
you
to
can't.
look it up, but I think it's worth almost $100 now for that bottle,
Yeah.
which makes no sense to me.
Yeah. So never heard of it. Near the Coca-Cola Museum in Atlanta. So yeah, I'm guessing you have to bring some Tim Hortons.
Yeah, so Coca-Cola Black is coffee and Coke together.
Yeah.
And it's you either love it or you don't. There is no one in the middle.
And not many people loved it, and I was one of them.
No.
And you know what I've done after, which is even weirder. Like I was missing it so much. Not in the morning.
Oh, God.
Sometime I was doing an espresso, and I was just like filling up
Oh,
this
no. I love you. Hey, have you tried, did you try the vanilla version?
Yeah, I did. I'm not
Yeah, vanilla
that
wasn't
much of a
terrible.
It's not, but I'm not. It's yeah. It's
Yeah,
okay.
Didn't like it.
It's okay, but I'm not. a
Not
big
for
fan.
me.
Yeah. Where the Coca-Cola and coffee. I loved it. Pepsi Clear, yeah. I've seen that, but it's awful. It's
Mm-hmm.
with vodka. Wait, who said that? Oh no, okay. Someone else did, suggested that. I was like, Alicia, wait, what are you suggesting?
I know. I'm like, what are you... We're the TOS police, you know?
Yeah. Oh, I don't know. So, and quickly answer for me, I think would be Thai. Thai cuisine. What would be your favorite cuisine?
I like Japanese a lot.
Oh yeah,
I think I could eat
Japanese as
that
well.
every day.
Yeah.
It's very difficult to answer. Like,
But also,
so many good stuff. Like,
I'd miss, like, if you tell me now you have to eat only that, I'd miss so much different food after that.
You need a fusion cuisine.
Yeah. That'd be cool. And Italian is great.
Oh,
So-
Italian. Covers a lot of bases, too.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway, talking about food, I think we'll be most probably getting close to the time where I'm going to get some dinner, and we'll be most probably stopping here for tonight.
Yeah, I was so worried that after 10 minutes, I'd be like, well, I'm out of stuff to say. We've gone for almost 3 hours.
Yeah, I mean,
this is phenomenal.
We told you that. It's the first 10 minutes usually are a bit stressful, but after it just goes the other way.
You know what's so funny is like in the Discord, I was like, oh, I'm so nervous, guys. I don't know. And then just even Squirrel was saying exactly that. First few minutes, you'll be nervous. After that, you'll hit a home run.
Yeah.
And here we are, eh? Yeah, literally told you. You see? I'm making Squirrel proud right here. Let's go.
The thing is, now I'm not even surprised on how long time it lasts, because the first one, for example, we got scared, like thinking, okay, an hour, maybe an hour and a half, and we kind of got worried about what we should be saying, how do we do that extra. Now it's just like, yeah, okay, we have some stuff, we will ask some question, and then we'll just chat about stuff, and it's just going like along the way, and we'll see how it goes. And in 3 hours, here you go. Like it's just
we nailed it. This is good. This is fun.
Yeah. I mean, it was
a good conversation. Good chat too. Like we had it was active. This is fun.
Yeah, I mean, you gave quite a lot of really good advice as well. So, as we were saying last time, what we're trying to do is to get some of the advice out there and make sure that people can actually benefit from that. So, and you have a really cool community. Thank you all for
I love
coming.
it. I'm addicted to them.
It's like really chill, like a lot of different fun jokes and stuff like this. It's really cool to hang out with you. So thanks a lot for coming. Thanks a lot, everyone.
Thanks for having me. This is so exciting. And thanks for being here, all of you. Like you beautiful, beautiful humans coming and showing up. This is so awesome, eh?
It's so cool. Yeah. And yeah, again, I think, well, you streamed today or not?
No, I don't even know. I have been burning the midnight oil. Like I want to stream, but my kitchen is a mess. I have to do laundry. I should start doing some stuff. I have some admin stuff to do tomorrow too, but maybe a short one tonight. Who knows, eh?
Yeah. Maybe.
Yeah, see, everyone wants me to go live right away, but I gotta take a nap. I don't know.
Yeah, no, and I think you will have some people pushing for you. So
yeah. I'm just getting over being sick. Like today's the first day I actually haven't complained about it. Like one of the ongoing memes right now is like every 2 minutes I'm like, oh god, I don't know if I've mentioned this. I'm actually not feeling too well. Everyone's like, oh, I didn't know, really. I'm like, yeah, I just I don't really feel too well today. I didn't mention it, so I feel like I'm feeling better,
Yeah. I mean, not once, even in the call before you didn't say it. So it's it works perfectly. So you're feeling good, meaning that it will most probably find you.
I am feeling good, but I feel tired. Like I feel like I could sleep 10 hours right now, Yeah. And just like the last few days, we've just been like I've been trying to do short streams, and they've been like 8 to 10 hours, and everyone's so this is a short stream for you. I'm like, well,
Yeah. Short stream for us is like an hour. For you, it's 10. Well done.
Once you start building the stamina up, but it's like a work day. Like if you go to work all day, if you work less than 8 hours, that feels like a short day,
Yeah.
You put in like 10 hours, that's a long day.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I can see.
So also too, I feel like this is my last real piece of streamer advice. If you are brand new, don't go live 8 hours, 10 hours, 15 hours. Just be live a couple hours, just long enough for people to find you. Be consistent. But then, if you're live for 4 hours and you only have 5 viewers, try going live for 3 hours, taking the last hour and make a YouTube video. After a few weeks, that same format, you might have, 10 or 20 viewers because you've gotten an outside source of traffic. And all you've done is just same amount of time, you've spent it differently, and you're seeing better results.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm going to try. So you try it too. You can let me know, and I'll let you know, right?
I definitely think you streaming for more than 2 hours, it basically is an experience. Like you can't do that straight away. Like the way you stream 8 to 10 hours.
Stamina.
Yeah. And just having things to say, not being too tired of yourself talking.
Oh my god, that, yeah.
Like, so yeah, I mean, it is experience. It's like a job. Like you build that over years, and you have 10 years experience. So you
somehow that I still don't understand that, because I still feel how I do like 10 years ago. I still feel like I'm 30, 20. Yeah, I feel like I'm in my mid 20s. I don't know how math works. I don't feel like the last 10 years has been 10 real people years. It's just been a lot of fun, so I don't feel like time has gone by. You know?
It's with your experience, you're what we usually call in a standard career, like a senior. So you should be the one leading the team and having people around. So. So yeah.
Scary thought.
So
I love it.
all of the memes that I don't know if you see that or it's just me and Angela because we're in this field, but there is some memes about like senior software engineers and how they react to stuff. Like the company is burning and they're just like
They're just still programming. They're like closing the
we
window.
don't care.
Yeah,
it's fine. So
it's fine.
great, eh?
This is someone else's problem.
Yeah.
I gotta fix this. Yeah.
So yeah. Anyway, we'll be most probably going to raid someone from the community. I don't know if you have a
Sure, let's do it.
Yeah.
an idea.
Oh,
Jalab?
last thing, because someone said fun is the most important part. You have to have fun. Like,
yeah.
don't go into streaming trying to be rich. Don't go into streaming anything else. Just go and have fun. If you're not having fun, don't pursue it.
Yeah.
Some people will spend thousands of dollars on a brand new microphone, computer, light package, and then they realize they hate it. They
Yep.
can't stay live for more than an hour. They don't have any viewers in chat. They hate it. Like, don't put yourself through that. Have fun.
And it's
Make it
too
a hobby
much-
until it's not.
It's too much commitment
That's-
to not have fun.
Yeah,
It's draining if you're not enjoying it.
exactly. Yeah, literally, yeah.
Yeah.
And then the viewers can tell, right? You can fake it to a certain extent, but if you're dead inside, that's not gonna make for good content, you know?
Yeah.
Or if
Yeah.
like you're just zoned out listening to different music than the stream, even like who's gonna tune into your show, you know?
Definitely.
Anyway, I will keep spouting, but that's it. That's my last one. We're done.
No worries, no worries. I mean, if
Just
you
some beanie.
you've done the first one, and we will be happy to have like another episode with you another
Oh,
time.
a
So,
follow-up. Let's
I mean,
go.
It's,
Yeah, hell yeah.
We already have some people that were with us before saying like, I'd be keen to come for a second episode. I'm like, okay, I mean, we'll do that. We'll make that happen at some point. So definitely, like a recap. Have you achieved your 2024 goals? That's the name of the
No,
next.
God, please.
So yeah. Our Jedi is not dead inside. You have some nice
No,
questions.
I'm not. You gotta try harder. That's right.
So
Oh
yeah.
my God. Also, Jade is one of my moderators, so there you go, eh?
Yeah. So we'll be. Do you have someone in mind, Jalab?
Yes. I'm just waiting for the right moment to start. The
Also,
raid.
I see Pat
okay.
here too. So, Goatsy, which is like a terrible internet meme. That's my high school friend.
Oh, okay.
Like how?
Okay.
Wait, Pat, did I know you in high school or did? So like it was either like around high school. I've known Pat for like 15 or 20 years or something silly like that, though.
Yeah. And he
Like the internet's a small weird place.
and you said it's Matt who you've been to this
Matt, yeah. So
together?
Matt he found me on the internet, but we just did not realize until like just a few years ago when we were chit chatting about stuff. We went to the same scout camp when we were kids together, and there's like pictures of us like together. Like I'm in. We didn't know we knew each other. Like we would have been like
Someone
I was
yell at
like,
you
wait,
like
hold on,
human
you went
naming.
during this? Yeah, basically, yeah.
Yeah.
And he sent me, oh my goodness. Okay, I'm so bad at saying goodbye. It's my absolute last story forever and always ever. So, my old roommate, it's only Jill, like Jill and Citra, people I lived with last year.
Yeah.
Jill, her moderator, who she's had as a moderator for years and years and years. When we were living together, we started doing lifestyle streams. We would cook and stuff. And so I was on her stream and I got to know her people. And then I just made some random comments about how, back when I was at cadet camp at Trenton, blah, blah, blah. And her moderator was like, wait a minute, you went to TASTIC, which is the Trenton Air Cadet Summer Training Center. And I was like, yeah, I went from, this year to this year. And she was like, wait a minute. Do you know this person? And I was like, yeah, Flight 14. That was like Sergeant whatever. And she was like, oh my gosh, she was one of my drill sergeants.
Oh, okay.
And I was like, excuse me? And we connected those dots organically live on Twitch. And I had known her at that point, that means for like 10 plus years somehow.
Yeah.
And I was like, well. And she's like, you're still a little shit, aren't you? I'm like, maybe. Like it was pretty, it was wild. That was like a whoop, cutter here, It was bad. I got myself into a little bit of trouble. And there was something that she suspected me of the entire time, and I confirmed it, and she was like, I knew it. And I played a fast one, and I got away with it.
So just a summer camp, because it's the same thing that it's the I'm kind of asking for Jelama as well. C'est l'équivalent des randos? Des colos,
Yeah,
pardon.
it's like Kind of like that, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So
Okay.
it's put on by the military, and it feels like Boy Scouts, but it's like an intermediate between.
Ah, okay. So it's more like during that time you will have to follow order, kind of.
Yeah, and you wear an outfit, you salute and all that stuff too.
Oh,
So.
okay. Yeah, no, so it's
Yeah.
not like Colo. Because the colonie de vacances, in a sense, in France, is more like you do.
Pesca.
You don't have that much strictness. Like, you really go there.
Okay. Yeah, it's kind of like junior military, basically.
Okay.
And so America equivalent would be like RMC. So you're like training to be an officer, but you're still in college. You're not officially in.
Okay.
This would be like, yeah, it's almost like Boy Scouts. You do it when you're under 18, but you learn about like citizenship and the country and like that kind of stuff. It just makes you like a better person, you know?
Okay. Yeah, I
Well,
see.
I'm not trying to be like controversial or anything. You may not have the same
No,
opinions
I
on
mean, I see.
military, but it just makes you a better citizen.
Yeah,
You learn about the country and all that, you know?
yeah. Like the thing that the new French government wants to do, the SNU, so Service National Universel, which is, I think, something very similar to what you're talking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not
Yeah,
for
I see.
everyone, which is totally fine, but
Yeah. No, okay, because I was trying to so Jill, right? That's the name.
Yep.
Yeah. So you said sergeant, and I was like, wait. So it's like you have very like order.
you have ranks and
Yeah.
but you're just like you're like a teenager, so it's kind of like, you know,
Yeah. I see.
it's serious but not so serious, you know. But it gets you ready if you wanted to go into the military, and it teaches you a lot of discipline, and it's just like the Boy Scouts, but a little bit more like military focused.
Yeah.
So you might do some camping, learn about outdoor survival, learn about military stuff, specifically you learn a lot about the country.
Yep.
And like Canada and like the citizenships and all that stuff. So.
And what mess did you make at the time?
Oh, I see. I can't. I mean, I don't know. Is this appropriate?
I mean,
I don't know.
you're
So-
fine. We don't have many restrictions. Like, you
Okay,
you
good.
tell
So
us
at the
your
camp,
story.
you're not supposed to fraternize. So you can't like, no kissing, no hand holding. So like I was a big flirt, and I was always like, they're like, Will, stay away from those girls. And I'm like, you got it. And so I would go to like secret places to go kiss girls. And I told her I was doing that. She's like, I knew it.
Well, I mean, it's. Come on, okay. I mean,
Yeah, I mean, it's like, it's like, well, I
not
can't
messing
resist.
around. It's like a normal teenage stuff. So,
Right, but it was frowned on, and I had to be sneaky. So
here we go. We have Bombay coming in. Coming. So is that the other one
Oh, we got a
who's
kitty?
usually quite, you'll see his face, okay?
all right, got to pay the cat tax.
Yeah. Come on. Oh, he's leaking my,
Oh,
Say,
look at that,
say
eh?
hi. Say hi. Look at the camera. No, no. He
He's
he
like,
just
"No,
wants
thanks."
cuddle. So
Nope.
he's like, "Where are your hands?" So that's a me
Yeah.
thing.
The second the camera moves, he's gonna look right up.
Yeah. I'm sure.
Of course.
Like here. No. And I think to make him.
Oh, it's a sleepy face.
Oh yeah, he just woke up, like literally,
Mm-hmm.
and he's 14 years old, so he's not that.
No way,
Yeah.
yo! Wow, he looks so young still.
Try to
Oh, what a sweet baby.
say hi. No,
No mouth seat.
you can see my shoulder.
Oh. Oh, il est très mignon.
No,
Yeah, he's an old cute man. Look
you
at
don't.
that.
You don't have the focus as well. So yeah, he's a bit like.
Mm.
But he always have a very grumpy face.
He does, but he's a sweet old man.
Yeah. We have only old cats. So the two that you've seen today are 14 years old, and mine is 17.
Wow,
Sorry.
yo, wow.
Yeah.
Living their best life. I like that.
Exactly. Just chilling, snoring, being happy, and walking on the computer, sending emails. And
Yeah,
messages.
running the stream, basically. Yep.
I mean, this one again. I think I told you that before, but so he sent messages directly on Slack, like professional messages,
Yep.
and he sent emails.
Yep.
Like at that point, just take my job. That's it. Like do it.
Yeah, right. Eh?
So,
Oh my god, that's gonna be the next product. Is an AI cat.
that'd be perfect. You have, on top of that, you have
Oh
the
my
Neuralink from Elon Musk. Now.
Yeah, yep.
So you can enhance your cat with AI. That'd be just crazy. But yeah.
A lot of mouse gifs on the stream.
Oh, he's I mean, I love cats too much, so I think I should like
Same, yeah.
swap subject, because otherwise I will be talking about cats all the rest of the
probably
next hour, I guess. We should be rating.
No one in chat complaining about that, I'm sure, you know.
So yeah, we'll be rating, and we'll do full show a second episode if you're up for. So I think we'll have like
absolutely.
new stuff to chat about, like debriefing. Also, you'll most probably.
And then fingers crossed, we'll have more TwitchCon stories. You know, hopefully I'll
Oh.
be able to see you.
That might be something cool.
So
So yeah,
you never know. Canada Day in London. You never know.
I mean, that's something I really want to do now. So we'll be doing that. Anyway, thanks a lot for coming today. We'll be going to see Nintendo,
Thanks for having me.
is a community of the a streamer from the Alicia's community. So he has been with.
And that we saw at TwitchCon too.
Exactly.
In Vegas.
He was in Vegas as well.
Oh, okay.
So
all right.
yeah, we'll be there saying hi, and thanks a lot, July, for staying for all of that chit chat.
It's awesome. Yeah. No.
And thanks for everything. I mean, you've been supporting us since the time you discovered us. So since the beginning.
Well, I mean, I love the product, and on a personal level, you're just a good person, you know. So you're fun to hang out with.
You are as well.
And then Jillab, you're cool too. You're like the whispering warrior sitting here, you know, keeping us company as well. We appreciate it. And I've heard so many stories not knowing they were about you, and you're a sweet boy now. And I can put a face to it. So.
And next time
There you go, eh?
we'll be drinking some beers together. So,
Yes, hopefully.
That's
Beers and
hopefully,
syrup. That's
yeah.
it, eh?
yeah, looking forward to it. So anyway, thanks a lot to everyone. Thanks a lot for tuning in in the chats, and again, thanks for being that awesome. Like, you really do have a great community, Jedi. It's pretty cool. So
No, they're the best. Yeah.
thanks a lot, and see you next time. Bye bye.
Adios, everyone.
Bye bye.
Take care. Stay hydrated. Make good choices.